Take it away, Marco.
That's nice, man. I haven't had liquor right now in a lot of years. Muchos years. Welcome back. We're back, baby. We finally got Joel back, that cocksucker. He's fucking absent.
Dude, relax. It's been 2 weeks. It hasn't been that long.
I haven't fucking seen you in fucking God knows how long, but...
I
did. Welcome back. Welcome back, Joel. We got two special guests. We got Charles. We got Grandpa over here. Charlie over here. He's Charlie. We got an OG in the fucking building right here. You already know the name. He's been there at Ludlow. Those fucking rodas and shit in the dirt. You already know him. It's the OG, very OG, David Ramos. Thank you, Dave, for being on and letting us do it in your house.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
If you guys don't know, this guy is he's probably one of the best dancers that I know personally, that I've seen dance.
You're hyping him up too much.
You always gotta fucking ruin it.
That's not hype.
That's true. That's facts.
No, but he was when we get into it, when we start talking about the whole racial thing, I have questions about it too, like when he was doing it back in the day when it was still at the church and all that good stuff. So, but we're gonna do real fast the sportu thing real quick. I have to pull up the notes because
you want to start?
No. So all right, so Italy won the Euro. Thank God, because I did not want England to fucking win that bullshit.
Dude, I'm just saying. Let's start with there. Actually, England they're going to penalties. Why would you put players that didn't even play that much? Like within the both of them, they had 135 minutes put together. Like I know this is not like Dave's criteria because he's a MLB.
I'll get to that. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I know. But why would you put like Rashford and Sancho?
Well, they had to come in and see if they could win the game.
But put Sterling scoring or put Luke Shaw scoring to penalties. Like that's my thing.
The penalties.
Penalties.
Those penalties, dude. Those are young kids. They're scarred, dude. All right, so
that'll be fun.
A little bit out of the pitch now. Rashford. Everybody knows Rashford for doing the whole feed the hunger for the kids in the schools and stuff like that in England. They ended up doing a huge painting on him on a wall, and the minute he ended up the minute he ended up missing that penalty, they started drawing monkeys on that painting.
And people don't
disrespectful.
Understand.
All right, the game is huge. England never won a Euro. I get it, but don't set yourself to put racial slurs on someone that has done so much for the community and for the kids and stuff like that. That's out of context. That shouldn't be done.
I understand, but I think in today's age, it's just you're not gonna take. I'm sorry to say it, but you're not gonna take racism out of this world. It's never gonna go away.
No, you'll never do. But there's people that could prevent it, and
there's really nothing you can do. I mean,
show acceptance at least.
I mean, the only thing you can do is if the cops actually see them fucking painting that stuff and all that. You can't really do anything. You know what I mean? So to me, it sucks. It sucks that we still live in a world that there's still racism and stuff like that, especially to a kid that's done so much for the London community or the Manchester community and all that, or London, whichever community it was in. It's ugly. It's ugly.
Luckily, I think Prince Charles, right?
Yeah.
Prince Charles ended up commenting on Twitter. He ended up going on Twitter saying, "Hey, this is enough. This is a disgrace." I know the Prime Minister, I forgot his name now.
They have too many ministers.
Ended up calling it out too. He's like, "Hey, enough is enough. We're one country.
Yeah.
Let's support our heroes." I get it. Luckily, out of the whole, there was people with racial slurs and all that, but there was a lot of people backing him out. There was this one 60-year-old that wrote, "Thank you for giving me dinner tonight." I'm getting chills right now talking about it because there is still a lot of hunger, and not just in England, other countries too. So
agreed.
Hey.
But I just wanted to comment on that because that got
sucks.
me feeling some type of way throughout the week.
And then so Ronaldo won the Golden Boot because he was tied with 5 goals. Oh, I forgot who was
with the Republican Czech.
That guy. But he won it because he had one more assist. Mm-hmm. So, but I saw a thing on Facebook. Whoever has the most goals scored in the Euro, that country wins the World Cup the next.
I saw
time.
that.
So I'm hoping.
He has
fingers crossed.
Yeah. So I think it was like.
Wait, did he beat the record or he tied the record?
No, I'm saying that whoever is the top scorer of the Euro for the past like three competitions or whatever, like of the Euros, when they do the World Cup, they've
won the World Cup.
Whoever country the player scored the most wins the World Cup.
Well,
so
that would be great because it's gonna be Ronaldo's last World Cup.
So
knock on wood.
And then the player of the tournament was Donnarumma. Yeah,
definitely, well deserved.
Youngest best player was Pedri. Well deserved on that.
Well deserved on that one too.
Pickford, he had a great competition. Now we're gonna go to Copa America, Argentina. God, good for them. I mean, it would have been the year for them to win because Maradona died. So
yeah. It was well deserved too. It was time for Messi to win something. I mean, I know there's a lot of bias because we're all Portuguese, and we all want Ronaldo to do well, but like we can't take credit away from Messi. Messi, as little as he is, like, I mean, size wise, but he did it all. He's won it all.
Basically, yeah. Except for the World Cup.
To me, both of them, football is just going to lose great athletes when they retire.
You will never see another Ronaldo Messi.
Yeah. So Sporting played yesterday. Porter left. He got injured. Knee injury. Hopefully it's not as serious, but he's probably going to be out for 2 months. So good thing we got 2 backups, basically.
Facts.
Good thing for Benfica.
Yeah, we won that game 2-1, autogolo and then penalty from Joven. All in all, it was an alright game. I was very surprised of Tabata playing in the midfield as good as he did.
That did shock me. I'm not even gonna lie.
He played fucking phenomenal. Obviously, with João Mario departing, we were thinking either Bragança or Mateus Nunes would take that part, but if Tabata keeps playing the way he does, I could see him playing in that role. And having maybe Mateus Nunes as the backup. What do you got there?
He misses Joey, dude. He misses Joey.
Out of all people.
Joey can't be here right
Joey
now.
don't show up.
The one day that we come to Dave's house, this man can't be here.
I'm gonna call him too after.
So with João Mario going to Benfica, man, he's fucking saudados.
I missed a little fucker.
The whole anti-rival thing of 30 million, I don't know if that's gonna happen because since João Mario rescinded his contract, which I think that's kind of bullshit that he did that.
He did it out of spite.
So honestly,
all
right, so this is my take on it. Like, all right, so the contract when Sporting did with Inter Milan was 40 million euros, and then a contract saying that throughout the years of contract, he couldn't sign up with another Portuguese team. If that was so, then they would have to be fined $30 million.
Yep.
So that technically was already strategized, as in you can go to Porto, you can go to Benfica. Yes. Technically. Now, because of the fact that he resigned from the club,
that's fucked up, dude.
He technically still has to pay the club. I think that he has to pay Inter Milan for the years missing.
Well, it's only 1 year missing.
It's only 1 year missing. So.
Yeah, but regardless. But my thing is, all right, I get it. Like, people are butthurt. And they're going to be butthurt. Because Sporting, obviously, the thing is, dude, throughout the year, he had a little girl. And even Bruno Fernandes mentioned.
Yes, he did.
Throughout the year, he had a little girl. His family's all in Portugal.
Yes.
So, professionally, his take was to be in Portugal. If Sporting wanted him, they would have had him. Automatically.
They had the chance to have him.
They had a chance. They could have had him. Yeah. I think salary-wise, they couldn't meet.
No, not the 2 million. No way.
You know, because like last year, what was it? It was 3 million that he was getting at Inter Milan.
Yes.
Sporting paid 1.5.
Yes.
They played another 1.5. Sporting right now still does not have the money to pay off a player that high maintenance. No. And not for a player that is 20 years old. I'm sorry. No, it's nearly impossible. And let's say Sporting also has a lot of other sports in the club, which you don't see a lot of sports, a club of that dimension in Portugal with that many sports. Not even Benfica, not even Porto. And they do have a lot. But Sporting has won practically everything this year. So what they're going to say, oh, you can't have the money because you haven't won anything? They can't do that. So they're going to have to split money more evenly throughout the club. Yeah, what attracts more is the footballers.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. But they're gonna have to play smart with their money. Simple. So I get it for not getting João Mario, but I'm not even gonna be butthurt about it because he wanted to be in Portugal. It's the best thing for his family, and Benfica gave it to him. So on that note, yeah, he sucks because he's a formação player, but we just gotta take it and accept it.
Take it.
That's how I take that. Well, we just talked about João Mario, blah blah blah. Luis Felipe Vieira resigned with that whole scandal. Rui Costa, baby.
All right, so Charlie, how do you think about that? Like, what's your take on it? Because you're a diehard Benfica stan.
Well, Luis Vieira, if like I'm not really into the whole news because if he robbed money like they say he robbed money, now they're doing all these cases. They're coming up with cases every day. It's a new case every day. They're saying that he took 35 million. Then they say then he's saying that ele vendeu Benfica 25% da SAD, and now Benfica is saying it's bullshit.
Well,
Is that the ice cream truck outside?
Yes, it is.
dude.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
ice creams.
Can I get babe? Can I get a snow cone?
Get yourself.
anyways, no, like, go ahead, Charlie. Continue.
So, I think it was his time already to resign from the club because he's been there for, I think, 17, 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
And Benfica with him and actually the whole Direção, they weren't going anywhere. They were losing money left and right.
well, yeah.
And now with this
Into
whole,
his pocket.
Yeah, exactly. So there's in that. And then
there was the whole thing with Rei dos Frangos.
yeah, and
stuff
not only
like
the
that,
Rei dos
like-
Frangos, and they're also saying that he tried to sell Benfica to the Chinese.
Yeah, I heard about. I read about
underneath
that.
the table without Benfica knowing.
All right, so the whole thing with
Smart.
the American. So the American's name is John Texer.
Yes.
He's a banker over
Yes.
here in the States. What happened was everything was very private in between
Him and Luis Vieira.
Luis Felipe Vieira, John Texer, and some dude named Antonio. I forgot his last name now.
Yes.
What was the thing going on was that John Texer would take 25% of
Yes.
stake for Benfica SAD, not
yeah.
Benfica Club,
No,
the SAD.
yes.
So that is a shit ton.
That's a shit ton of money.
That's shit ton of shares if you think about it, especially for an American. But that would have been huge for Benfica itself
Yes, it would.
to have
Money.
all that money. Yeah, absolutely,
That's a lot of
dude.
money taken.
But again, since everything was private, today they came out with something
yeah.
saying that things will be declined unless it's above the table, meaning it can't be in private. Yeah, the SAD needs to announce to the sócios, and everything needs to be on paper. And
But according to John Texer, he has everything on paper.
he has everything on paper because of lawyers
Yeah.
that
So
Luis Felipe have paid to stay silent.
If he has everything on paper and he has proof, they can't really do nothing about it.
Well, that's the issue. If John Texer really wants, he could. Sorry for my word, but you could fuck him up.
Yeah,
Because automatically, Benfica is saying one thing, and John Texer doesn't really have a choice but do professional business.
Yeah.
So if Benfica is screwing themselves over,
Yeah,
that's
they
on
are.
Benfica. That's not on John Texer.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying.
But that's all. Like, I'm sorry, if Americans are really smart with their money.
Why they're not?
Especially when it comes to
He's
stocks.
a
then-
multimillionaire, dude.
exactly.
He's a multimillionaire. You know?
I hope you guys go to the third division.
And I hope you guys go to the fourth division.
Play with Montaleg.
See?
Fuck
You guys went there for the first in 19
They did a
years.
whole
I don't give
thing
a
on
fuck.
They did a whole thing on Montalegre yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
How about what happened to
Sorry.
Chaves?
Still Shavs, baby.
All right, make sure.
Hopefully they will be up in the Premier League next
Não
year.
vejo jeito que não tem ninguém pra isso.
I like baseball.
I like
Yeah, I got you right now.
He's a New York
I
Mets
got
fan
you
over
right
here.
now.
I haven't followed baseball.
I actually saw, because I actually looked it up this morning. Right here.
Yeah,
you guys are in first place. It's
For now.
It's fucking rare.
So,
For now.
all right. So I was watching a little bit of the Mets game last week, and these dudes were like 13. What was it? 13-3, and then it started raining. Mind you, this is the weird thing
It was
about
raining in the
baseball.
ninth inning. They still played the game.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was
it did.
raining in the ninth inning, and they literally had to cover the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was raining bad.
Possibly to about to be postponed. Mind you, if it was postponed, that 13-3 would go to shit.
Well, no, they
So
would just they would have to, don't they? Well, I think they
No.
I think that they decide either that day if the game, like they just end the game like that, or they just delay it and then you just
even if it's an
right? Isn't it?
No, it just depends. If
I mean 13-3, you might as well just fucking
five innings is considered a full game.
Yeah.
oh, so they're already all set.
The reason why that game was in the ninth with the Mets leading and they put the tarp on and took the tarp back off after 20 minutes, that's the umpire's call. They must have been high or drunk. Or
Yeah.
They just wanted to get.
But
It
was actually raining already in the seventh inning, so that game should have been called way before. Why they wanted to play it out, don't know.
Dude, I was literally.
Was it
But
downpouring?
they did have fireworks after the game,
Yeah.
so that's probably why they wanted to play the game out.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Dude, because there was 3 things going on that day. There was the Mets game.
It was
Sorry,
the Mets game.
Yeah, it was the Mets game. It was the Copa America,
Yep.
and then it was the UFC fight.
Yes.
So I was
McGregor.
literally at Applebee's, like with 3 screens at me, so trying to
watching
figure
everything.
out everything.
Yeah.
So I saw that, and I was like, the grass like caretaker was like, yeah, we should like postpone this, and I'm like Mets own grass taker
Yep,
saying
he
that,
said
and
it,
I'm
but
like,
he's got to go. He's got to go with the officials.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
can't go against their word.
Yeah.
And speaking about the Mets, we can't forget about our home run champion, Mr. Pete
Oh my
Alonso.
god, dude!
A
Give me a
2-peat.
break.
He's gonna be a 3-peat next year.
Give me a break. Yeah, but when you guys come to the playoffs, you guys just
Yeah, you guys choke.
But this year they were looking good on paper and they're proving it. I mean, even the bench guys are coming out and doing their thing.
I mean, you guys are in
We got the GOAT.
You're in the North.
He's good.
You're in National East. You have the Phillies, Braves, Nationals in Miami.
Who are those teams?
Exactly. So if you guys don't win that fucking
Exactly.
that league,
That's like.
And listen, even if we win the division and just make it to the postseason, I'm good with that for this year. I really
not
am.
bad. I'm a Red Sox fan, and we're fucking.
Listen. Go get my Ramos jersey.
I'm a Red Sox fan, and we went
Red
from.
Sox.
but that's the thing, dude.
We were
'Cause-
fucking shit last year, and we got Cora back, and we're fucking just beating everybody basically.
Yeah.
We're in first place. So
I don't know a lot of Portuguese raised that loves the game of baseball. So like more of them, they normally go for all Giants or
your
like.
dog's stuck. Your dog's stuck on the wires.
What's his name? What's his name again?
Sparrow.
Sparrow.
Nate, can you grab a Spinosaurus?
He's stuck. Yo, go help him out, Nate. Put him in
Easy.
Easy, boy.
Sorry, that's Dave's dog, dude. As soon as we walked in, just fucking.
That's
Yeah.
because you
Especially at
guys
me.
didn't want to pet him. I told you to pet him. He'd be quiet.
He still wasn't quiet. He still kept
Listen,
me.
listen.
Look, damn, that's a.
When you're a Mets fan and you have a jersey like this with your name on the back of
Oh
it,
shit!
then you know that's a true fan right there. So,
Where's the glove? Where's the signed glove?
Yeah, where's the glove?
as a matter of fact, when he
Where's the baseball?
when he was born, he ended up getting a catcher's mitt right when he was born.
Oh, that's awesome.
Do you have anything signed by like any Mets players or anything?
I have baseball cards from
Like what?
they're
Dale Strawberry?
stashed away, and I'm not even touching them yet.
Really?
Absolutely.
They're gonna be worth money.
I literally, like, I forgot about them after years, and then my mom's like, "Hey, I'm gonna throw this stuff out." I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute,
Whoa, take it easy
And
there,
I forgot
right?
that they were up in their attic, so
Oh,
I went through it
that's
and I was
awesome.
like, "Okay, this is this." So I know that I have some value. Did the value decline?
Probably.
Probably, but
Yeah.
listen, I'm seeing
They're
it-
valuable to you.
but not only that, but I'm seeing it now that when I was young and I had the Atari, you know, and now everybody
Yeah.
wants the Atari and
Yeah.
they're paying,
It's just
you know,
a lot of money.
$40,000 for an Atari.
Oh, caralho. O David diz: tu faz umas neiras aqui. A Maria vai mesmo foder. Yeah, rub it in. Rub it in with your finger.
Give me a napkin.
I like how he's want to rub it in with his finger. Like, yeah, let me just rub it into the cloth.
Again, nice kid, Miss.
This is why we don't ask Charlie to come on, because he's always fucking.
Can we get
spilling.
but-
Could I get a nursing A for Charlie,
I mean,
please?
like literally,
Babe, give me a bib.
Oh,
like
caralho.
literally, I get in trouble because I will put my Mets flag up front
Are you your
and
father already?
she'll come by
Are you
and
being your father?
Am I being my father?
Yes.
I have nothing okay.
You need a napkin?
I'm good. We got a napkin over here. Jaden came to the rescue.
so like I was saying, I put my Mets flag up front and all my neighbors are like, "Oh, you got your flag out," and I was like, "Yeah, that ain't gonna last long because once Maria sees it outside, she goes and she changes
Well,
it."
why does she change it?
She's a Yankees fan, isn't she?
No, she don't like baseball.
Come on.
She puts all her stuff out there.
So the flowers,
her
The Mickey Mouse stuff, yeah.
You know how that goes.
So yeah, okay, I got you.
But-
Flores na frente.
Little Mickey Mouse, you know what I mean?
But it is what it is.
All right, we're gonna
But
get,
you were saying what? You know, too many.
what?
Like I'm.
Yeah, too many pork chops like lead to like
Uh-oh.
they lead to like football. Like normally Giants or Cowboys and stuff
I am
like
a
that.
Cowboys fan.
Oh,
That's
be
what I'm
the
talking to two Cowboys fans
I
here.
am a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Cowboys fan
Yeah,
here.
but you follow more baseball than football, or
Well, when baseball season is baseball season.
Yeah,
When
all right,
football
I
season
respect
is
that.
football season.
Exactly.
I respect
You know?
that.
Cowboys. Ugh.
That's awesome.
Listen, you're a Rams, Mr.
Really?
Ram. What are you, Joel?
You see the door?
I don't follow football.
Oh, okay.
Cowboys, that's rough, man. You finally just paid your quarterback, finally.
I wouldn't do that. Well, yeah, but it's okay.
See, when it comes to baseball, when it comes to like football,
Football,
I'm out of here.
You're out of it.
See, it's like me with soccer. Like, will I watch a soccer game here and there?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's like me with like Super Bowl.
But like, but like following it,
Like if the game's on, he'll watch it.
that's not my cup of tea. It
Yeah,
really
yeah.
isn't.
Got it.
Like nobody follows hockey here.
Yeah. Another
Except
thing.
you do, though.
I do.
But see, the thing is that before, even when we were dating and before we got married, I think even after we got married, we would go see hockey games all the time.
Hockey games are actually really fun.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, stop, sign.
Yeah, the Hartford
Yeah,
Oilers.
kids.
Didn't you see them?
Huh?
The
Gets.
Hartford Oilers when they played in Hartford.
We saw the Whalers a bunch of times, and then we saw the Wolfpack a bunch of times,
yeah.
and even down in Bridgeport. And
See, but that's the thing. Like, I've actually gone to like a hockey game, and like I actually enjoy watching it live.
Right.
But like, if you're telling me, oh, let's watch it on TV, nah,
you can't follow.
It's
it.
not
You
the
can't
same.
follow it.
It's not the
Well,
same.
It's different. It's a lot different.
Everything is not the same.
Yeah,
It's not the same
I would
TV.
love to go to another hockey game, dude, because I'm feeding like
Well,
at
and-
least
and-
like a good like crowd atmosphere.
Right.
Like, and that comes from like every sport. I think now it's like, especially now, thankfully, everything is lifting here in the United
Yeah,
States
let's hope so.
because everything else in
Portugal,
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 Canada,
everywhere
and
else.
stuff like that.
Fucked
Bad,
up.
really
Well,
bad.
Canada just started opening up.
Did
Yeah.
they? I thought they were still like all.
No, I just saw a thing on the news that they're starting to open up to a U.S.
Not Portugal.
vaccinated.
You know, man. For us.
Yeah, Portugal is.
Portugal today in the
A little
morning had
iffy.
3,500 cases about and 7 dead.
See, but for a country that small, that's
small.
a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a
for
lot.
11, yeah.
Like, people stay on your Aldea dust towns and
I'm
like
fine. Just stay in
just
your
work on your quintal. You know.
I just don't think that there's enough transparency with
Yes.
any of this.
Agreed.
Oh no, dude. You saw.
That's for
everything.
another podcast. On to the next show.
All right, so,
So-
we're gonna get back. We're gonna get into this racial stuff because
Oh, hold on. Before we do, another thing that we don't really follow, Olympics. So this year, again, they're going to follow with the Tokyo Olympics that was supposed to be done last year in the summer.
Right.
So Portugal, this is a crazy freaking number. So Portugal has 92 competitors for 17 sports, 56 males, 36 females. Ready? USA competitors, 613, 36 sports.
Wow.
287 males and 329 females.
well, you have to see. Portugal doesn't really do like track.
Well,
or
we
track
don't
or
we don't do
anything.
well in
Well, you do.
Olympics.
Well, not
we
not
do-
even
no,
in
but,
general.
We do well in running.
Yeah, and judo and
Judo,
taekwondo.
but
Yeah.
you see a lot of more Americanized.
Yeah.
It's
You wanna use
there's a
that
bigger
sports.
versatile in sports than America for
Absolutely.
sure.
Because they're not playing baseball over there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
unless you get a
football.
bow in
or football.
From
yeah,
the
or
but,
hockey or
but
anything.
this is
You
the
don't-
like
you don't see
this
that.
is
they
actually
started playing football there in Portugal now.
it's not football, it's rugby.
There's
Completely different. But like it's a good number. Like even
Spera.
for Portugal, it's a good number for females. Like
Yeah.
female sportings like are actually like getting bigger now to the Portuguese community. Like even like the national team, like they've come to the States a couple of times now, play for USA, play with USA, and vice versa. And obviously USA goes there all the time to the
Right.
Algarve Cup. But like it's getting pretty big.
did you see the game?
Which one?
Portugal USA.
Yeah, I know.
Women, they didn't do too bad.
No, they're not doing too bad at all.
Not at all.
So that's what I'm saying.
They only lost 1-0.
Even the females, like the sport, like yeah, it's more focused in like male
Yeah.
sports, but like now they're starting to like give opportunities to the females as well, which is nice.
All right.
Next podcast, Mr. Rancho. Let's talk
right.
about the OG.
Yeah, me too, Sparrow. All right, all right, Dave. Since I always go with this question, how long were you in the rancho in the church before everything kind of switched?
Well, I was 6, maybe 7 when I started.
Jesus fuck!
I'm going back that back.
So
Wow.
And then it stopped for a while. I I can't even remember when exactly or how long it was for.
So it went church, then
No, it went church. It stayed church, and then like the old school church guys, like Manny Robles and all them, it kind of like stopped. There was a bunch of stuff with the priest and this, that, and the other. We know how that goes with the priest down there. So, and then it stopped, and then a couple people actually started it back up, which Aníbal Barroso was one of them. And he ended up approaching me and a bunch of other guys, and it started back up there again. Year-wise, I can't tell you exactly how many years or what, but I'm 26 now, and I started when I was 7, so you guys
That's going to cancel my other questions.
26 in cada perna.
I was going to say, so you've been in the Hunter for what, 5 presidencies now? And
just about.
Called all you those guys.
well,
Damn.
I was literally at work today, and I was like,
Just
so, Bush, Obama.
Clinton.
You Clinton, caralho.
You got Clinton.
Were you in Clinton as well?
Yes, I was.
So 6.
Yes, I was.
Well, technically not
And then-
5 because you haven't been back since Biden became president.
No, we haven't. We haven't been back, but does it really count? That
No.
No, I don't think it
No,
counts.
so
No,
it
so
doesn't
5.
count. But
Dude,
yeah,
if this is just a random question that I have. So if Bridgeport does like kind of end everything since this whole pandemic, are you just gonna like stop dancing, or are you gonna go for another group once like your kids are like a little older, they're like doing their own thing and stuff like that?
you mean another group?
Just like in any
Bridgeport
no,
area?
no, like in Connecticut or wherever you want.
Probably not.
No, you think you're done?
I think I might be done. It all depends. I mean, you never know, because I'm not the one to. There was a problem way back when I was like, I'm going here, I'm going to do this, and yada yada yada, and I kind of felt bad on both ends because I was leaving one group to go to another, and that wasn't me. Will I go someplace else? I doubt it. I'm at that point unless the kids want to go someplace else. But I mean, we have family in Hartford. That's where my wife is from, and they have plenty of
they
up there, and
yeah.
they don't. You know, I have no desire to go up there because,
Yeah, it's a drive.
believe it or not, it's not even a drive. It's my heart's someplace else, and it's not. It's
It's in Bridgeport because you've been here your whole life.
So-
Because I remember when I was still dancing there that I'm pretty sure it was you that you injured your calf and it was like all fucked up for like a couple years.
I did.
When was that?
Father's Day in Hartford.
Father's Day in Hartford.
Was it?
Yes, it was. It
I'm
was.
trying to remember that see
It
there.
was Father's Day in Hartford. We were actually waiting for Marencio from Canada to show up, and they were running late, and it was just a hot day. We were waiting outside, we were waiting inside, and like I said, there was a lot of people there, and having family up there, and you know, when you're like, especially when you're going and dancing there for the first time in I think 6 years that Rancho hasn't been up there, and your family, your wife's family, know that you guys are coming, and everybody and their mother shows up and try to put your heart into it, and it just absolutely
It was one step.
It was one little step, and
That's all you need.
coming back, and that was that.
So what did the doctor actually say what it was? Was it a strain or was it a tear?
Definitely was a micro tear in my calf. It took a while to heal. It took a real long time.
Because I remember going to practice, like even like a year after, you were still like, it's a little
absolutely.
iffy.
It took
and-
about what, 2 years, I think.
About
to, like,
almost 2 years for it to actually get back, because I was on it all the time, and
Yeah.
I wanted to do things. I just kept going and going, and I wanted to go and keep doing it. And what you guys might not know is that it was my left calf, and as soon as my left calf got better,
Your right calf.
my right calf went.
I remember you telling me
And
this.
that was dad being dad. So I come home from work, cut the grass, kids are playing basketball. Dad, you want to play? Yeah, I'm already all sweaty anyways, might as well.
Oh.
We were playing, and I just literally turned around, and sure enough, I heard the snap. I was like, oh, you kidding me? 2 days later, go to the doctor. I said, Doc, no, it's the other one. She turns to me, she goes, you're not a spring chicken anymore. She really did, and I was like,
That's kind of
like, really? But I said, Doc, this whole time, not even, at least once a week, I know I was dancing.
Yeah.
At practice, and then we had to see them maybe twice in a weekend, whatever the case may be. So I was always active, and she goes, that she told me, she goes, you're not a spring chicken anymore. She goes, there's plenty of runners that run, and they're 18 years old, and they pop their calf muscle, they'll never run again. She goes, I'm surprised that you're dancing.
Yeah.
That was kind of a gut punch, though, like to say you're not like as springy as before, dude. I would have felt like shit after that. I've been like, fuck, dude.
So I told her I proved her wrong again, and I went back dancing again as it was, and
Yeah.
I did my thing, went through the therapy, and here we are.
Dude, because that first time when he got hurt, I remember I think that Saturday, we performed at Our Lady of Fatima in Bridgeport.
Okay.
And then the following day, we went up there.
Yep.
So it was a
Sunday.
back,
Yep.
that's when Rancho was back to back to back.
to back.
Like,
You're talking about like
he
the
was,
5 years ago.
no, even
No,
longer
it
than
was
that.
longer than that.
Dude,
Dude, I remember dancing at the club in Naugatuck on a Saturday night and
going to Ludlow.
going to Ludlow the
dance.
next and giving all of our shirts to Linda so she can
So
wash
she
all
could
of our
wash it,
shirts.
Yeah,
bring
I
it.
remember that.
So she
yeah.
can bring them
Yeah.
because she's like, I'm not going to do a load for one shirt. And that's how it was back in the day.
Yeah,
We should have all gotten 2 shirts, but or 3. But
Listen, with that,
That's another story.
We had
And some-
there was a lot of budgets.
no, a lot of budgets.
Especially Sampaio when it was one of the best seguidas that we used to dance at.
That was actually that was
Yes.
actually my first Saida
Yeah.
I've ever
Was it?
performed.
That was
Same
good
here. That
times,
was
good
my
times.
first one.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but me, when the adrenaline rush I get, it's not even at the anniversary.
mine's at Ludlow.
It's
Ludlow.
Sampaio or Ludlow.
Yeah.
Sampaio.
Same.
The anniversary is the same thing.
Same.
Ludlow
Sampaio.
and Sampaio is just like
Sampaio.
That
I
one
don't know.
year that we danced Ludlow, when we danced before I think CDA,
Yeah.
and when it was super hot, and we
Yes.
had to wait underneath that like
Underneath
little
the-
building.
yep.
Dude, to me, I always say it. That's the best C that I've
Absolutely.
ever danced.
If
I've
you-
ever seen.
If you ever seen some of the pictures, I mean the girl skirts were on point, the lines.
Yeah,
were
dude, everything was
great.
fucking fire.
Dude, it was.
Fire.
The other
It
day,
was.
obviously,
It was.
because now Snapchat and like me and Marco, like
Snapchat?
yeah,
I don't have Snapchat.
I know. No, but I'm saying like
has Facebook.
when Marco and I used to go to Linda's for the cookies
right.
and everything. You know?
Yeah, I used to go to the cookies too.
and like we ended up watching Rancho videos, and
Right.
there was one that me and you when I think it was Chicopee that we danced at the Portuguese club in Chicopee, and like our bellies ended up touching.
Did it?
To I think it was like Rio Lima.
Hey, I
he was the
think-
funniest.
I
thing.
think,
'Cause,
I
like,
think we've done it on purpose. That's
yeah, no, we absolutely. Because like me and Dave, because normally it was like Dave in the front or me in the back and stuff like that. So we always like meet each other at some point. So we used to fuck with each other all the freaking time.
all the time.
Just
All the
because
time.
that's what makes Rancho fun. And honestly, I think that we could say that part of that is why your kids kind of went. So they would
Absolutely.
enjoy the
Absolutely.
fun with you.
Absolutely.
And it's nice to have
And-
your family in it.
and seeing them doing
What you did.
what I did and
Mm-hmm.
seeing them. I mean, you guys seen it. You guys, all of you have seen them since little kids.
Yes.
To where they are now.
Dude.
Unfortunately, this whole pandemic put a skibosh on a lot of things, and
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be honest with you, I literally had goosebumps, up and down my arms the other day because I was at my kitchen window watching my little one taking the dog out, doing a Vita step.
Is that right? There you go, dude.
You still remember
no
it?
lie.
Asking
Dude, no lie. And I was like,
That's
dude, I
awesome.
got chills up and down my back, my arms. I was like, damn. I was like, that was a proud moment right there.
Yeah.
That was. The older one, he'll be sitting down. All of a sudden, I'm hearing him sing Rio Lima, like out of nowhere, and I'm like, he doesn't do it the right
That's
way.
so random.
like,
whistling it. Like, why
That's
don't
so
I
random.
Do you still remember the dance?
I still remember the whole thing.
but like they, you know what I'm saying? Like when you see that, and like it's been so
Yeah.
long that it's
Yeah.
like, wait.
Yeah.
So when that happened, I was like, I text Mr. John Fontes and I said, time to get the band back together. We got a.
Oh, I doubt it.
Yeah.
We
Talk
got
to
we got just a little. Hey, this is what might happen, but
A
we
little
still
nice
haven't gotten that
push,
far,
yeah.
But
I don't.
I don't know.
I don't think. I think it's just too far gone now. No offense to the Bridgeport
don't-
Rain Show. I just think so many guys left, and it's just who's there.
I think that if it will come back, I think it's going to be.
A long time.
It might be a long time, but it also might be like, damn, do these people still have heart and they're gonna show up anyways and see what happens because it's been a long time and miss it. Like I miss it.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss it too, dude.
I'm
I've been out of it
gonna
for fucking years.
I
Oh,
miss
that's the thing. It's like,
But like what I want to like say also, like you guys know I'm the old school one. But you guys are taking it to a whole nother level. I mean, you guys are traveling to other states to do what you guys like to do. But you know what I'm saying? To me, like I wouldn't do it. Not that. Listen, if I was your age, you bet your ass I'd be. That's what I'm saying. Right now, come 9:30. It's like, oh, I got shishi camera, man. I gotta
feel
go.
that.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, this is the thing, and me and you have spoken to like one of the reasons why I left and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And I like the fact, like Joey the other day was like, people still talk shit about
Yeah, we should
you.
call Joey, huh?
We'll call it towards the end. But like,
the end.
one of the podcasts was like, yo, but they talk shit about you, and I was like, yes, but I think that's more of like anger, like the moment type of thing, like spare of the moment type of thing, because like. I still talk to you. I still talk to Linda. I still talk to John. Like,
Don't get me wrong. I was pissed.
oh, I know.
But I didn't say, "Hey, John, you're an asshole." You I told
asshole.
you what I told you. I said, "You do you."
Yeah,
it is what
no,
it is.
I don't get me wrong. Like, I get it. Like, it's been we built like don't get me wrong. You guys had Hunch wasn't the same when I joined,
Right.
And he wasn't the same when I left,
Right.
And
It's not gonna be the same.
and
in the
you've
future.
seen those transitionings because you were one of the oldest members.
I have seen. I've
You
seen a
know,
lot.
so you have gone through a lot more than I have, and
Yep.
I can say, shit, you know, I know that for a fact. But like, that's the thing. It's just like, yeah, you've come to a certain age. Like, I know you're 26 now, but like, you've come to a certain age where,
See that?
You got it.
but like, it comes to a certain, like me, I still do the commute because, dude, like for example, when we went to Portugal that weekend, my friend Andre Sebas is from Danbury. He did DJing for Portugal Day in Ossining, and like he like me and him were like bullshitting, and he goes, "Dude, I love like the younger crowd, like how they're still so invested in stuff like that."
Right.
And then I used to see that. I still see that now. Look, I'm blessed to see that now, but like back then when we used to be in the Hanshu and like we were really a family and like we used to hang out a lot, we used to do certain shit together and stuff like that. But then we used to go to Jersey, and then and on the way back to Hanshu, like on the bus leaders, we'd be like, yo, those people are wild. Like they really take the Portuguese thing for real.
Absolutely.
Like we used to like compare and contrast. I don't know how to say it. Contrast. Yeah.
Yes.
So like, because we have seen like different types of levels of like being Portuguese, and I mean, I consider myself very Portuguese personally. I think you're very Portuguese. Charlie,
Americanized.
well, you're Americanized, but your Portuguese is flawless. Like your Portuguese is flawless, and so is your wife's. I've heard your wife speak Portuguese. I've heard you speak Portuguese. Like, it's flawless. So like, a lot of people don't like they mix the muito mais or
A lot.
or like
I see it a lot.
they think in English and to translate into Portuguese and like that just sounds fucking horrible.
Let me live, dude. Let me live. Let me
I
talk,
wasn't
bitch.
even aiming at you, but
But it happens. It happens.
it does happen. Like
Those two. I mean,
yeah, but like
their Portuguese isn't the greatest, but they try.
but do you know what they try? I know the camera can't see it, but you guys speak like a little bit of Portuguese to your grandparents, so like, but at least they're trying.
At least they know how to.
And they don't.
Or-
and they
and
understand.
they
it, too.
understand it.
And they understand it. That's the
You know,
key.
like
They understand it.
you go to a lot like
Frankie, don't speak
We
none.
try to speak to them.
Bella and Frankie don't speak none of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But,
like-
we try to speak to them just so they understand us more because me and him, we know our grandmothers can't speak.
Well, your
Right.
grandparents know
Right.
English too, so.
And that's common courtesy and everything. So
Right,
like,
right.
but like you see like towards the end, like I saw those kids like going to Rancho. Personally, it hurt me to see it because I
Those
felt
kids
like they
were
were
there.
obligated.
They were there.
They
just
weren't
for their
obligated.
parents.
It was a babysitting.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what that was. It was like dropping them off and I'm going to the club.
Yep.
Yep, pretty much, dude.
But there was rules put in place that if your kid is under
Age, you gotta be
18.
there.
age, you gotta stay
You
there.
gotta stay there. Yeah.
That never
Yes.
happened.
Nope.
Oh no, absolutely.
That never
not.
happened.
But like, only kids that I really saw that really wanted it was your kids. It was Evan, Maya, like
Jesse.
Jesse.
He's the kid. He's the kid with the most heart
Heart
that
in
I
it,
saw.
yes.
He wanted it bad.
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
wanted it
Yes, he
super
did.
bad.
It was a new generation volley.
He was.
No, but he actually.
But he actually-
he
a
put a
little bit
whole
better.
lot more.
No,
heart
yeah,
into
I
it
feel
than-
like he just had more heart. He would like, I don't know, that kid. As funny as like he would like like make himself look. He would try, and that's
Absolutely.
what you need to
That's
do.
all it is.
Yeah.
He had the heart.
He had the heart to do
he
it.
really
Like,
did.
like you said, those kids would go there and they would just drag their feet and not know
Dude,
what was what.
And it's,
And then the parents would get mad on top of it that we'd be trying to help him. They're like, "Oh, what are you
yeah,
doing?" I'm like,
they would take offense to it.
no,
be like, "Bitch, don't be talking to me like that. What the fuck?
And the things I missed the most.
What the fuck? I'm trying to help your kids out, bitch. I know how to dance. Fuck out of here."
Well,
Barely. I know know a little.
I know how to do a half step.
I know how to barely.
How do you do the
dance.
half moon, Margo?
So yo, that's my
I haven't
thing.
danced in fucking
So
years.
when I had joined, it was like through the whole Hunter boot camp.
Yep.
It took me a year, literally a freaking year, well, almost a year, to get my farda because he's like, you got to learn all the songs.
Yep.
Now you know
3.
you know how to say
Three,
you know how to
already.
say Allah.
You know where's the
And
guy?
you gotta-
You know
Laudindinha,
Laudindinha,
Staki.
Alright,
Staki,
you
you're all
don't
set.
necessarily need to know the steps to dance Laudindinha.
Right.
All you gotta do is walk it.
And shake your booty.
If these my thing, and this will honestly, like, I even told John at some point, like, why aren't these kids coming at 7:30 to even just learn the step?
Because nobody wants to teach.
But that was put in place.
That was because I remember.
Because I remember
That
I had
was
to
put
do
in
it.
place.
I had to do
I remember
it. João had to
when
do
I
it.
would get rides from John. He would get there. I don't know if it was 7 or 7:30 or whatever, and they would have practice just for little kids. It's just they
Yeah,
just stopped
well,
out of nowhere randomly.
I think honestly, even like the whole issue thing, like you're saying, like kids don't go there with the heart or with the desire to be there. I think some of the adults too.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
think they would just go and do what they needed to do just to do it, because I'm telling you, I've actually names. Don't name names.
certain people.
Certain people that I've actually said, "You've lost that fire,"
Yeah.
and I got,
You got
no,
that.
no, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
I said, "Yeah, you did," because that fire is no longer there. That spark's not there.
You've said that to them or them to you?
Oh no, I said it to them. From seeing what
Oh, yeah.
what it
How
was,
they would react. Yeah.
so where it went,
yeah.
I saw it.
Dude, I remember we used to go to outside.
One of them was your partner.
Huh?
One of them was your partner.
Ew.
No.
No.
LOL.
Which
LMAO.
one?
We'll talk after.
Okay. But like I said,
My
like,
partner?
I remember we used to go to outstate cities, like especially Jersey or New York, and when John didn't have to tell us nothing, we would just rock out, and at the end we would just be beautiful. Everybody would be applauding.
What pissed me off
See-
was coming back on the bus and we wanted to play, and these
And we
fucking
couldn't
and the bellots up front are fucking
Yeah.
saying the
They wanna
kids
go
gotta
to
sleep.
They
Boy,
wanna go
I don't
to
give a.
sleep. But that's the thing. Here goes the parents want to go everywhere and taking these little 9-year-old kids, 8-year-old, 7-year-old kids, and now
Exactly.
they want to sleep. Well,
You know, John used
Tough
to give
luck,
us
cuz.
John used to give us the lineup in the bus, and we already knew we had to rock out. There was nothing
Those were the
said.
days,
Those
man.
were the days, the best days.
those were the days.
Those
Yeah,
were fun,
like
man.
especially I still remember when Joey, fell
Woo,
on
getting
Casa
goosebumps.
Jar.
No, talk about falling, okay? If
Oh
you
my
wanna
I
talk
fell, bro,
about
especially
falling-
me in Florida.
Oh man, I got.
Doing
It's
a
on
kind of
YouTube.
video?
It's on YouTube.
I got
I think.
fucking-
It's on YouTube if
I'm
you guys
gonna-
want to go look at,
I got goosebumps thinking about that shit.
What,
Those bus
Florida?
rides? No, those
Oh,
bus.
and sword fights. Oh man,
Those were
that
the-
was the best one ever.
Dude, I remember you.
And-
It was you and
Me and
Brian.
Brian.
Oh, you just.
And you know what? Everybody's always said, "You guys got to do it again." It will never be the
It will
same.
never
It
be
was
the
that one and done, and that was it. That's all we could do. and
was-
like he said, Joey fell, he fell. I fell at an anniversary.
I laughed about it. Seeing it after like a million times in the in the room.
It
We all
was.
laughed.
And again, there was the old school in me that my back was hurting,
Yeah.
and I already
I was-
felt it on my back, and I went to
Exactly.
go spin, and I fell on my ass in the anniversary.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember when we were doing washing machine
Washing machine.
and I was dancing with Michelle, and as I was like, I think my feet
you mean-
got loose.
Got loose.
I did like a military push-up, got
yeah.
back up, and started
Yeah.
dancing, dude.
That was at practice.
That
right?
was at practice.
Yeah.
I like that song. That song was nice. That was probably one of my favorite
There was
songs.
a lot of nice songs that we could have still been doing, but
That
we had
oh my
to cut
god,
it
what,
short.
which
I like
one was that
CV
other
Terry.
one, man?
CV Terry. was
Dude,
the best.
I gave so much shit to
CBT.
John to get Serrinha back, and he never got it back because he
Well-
did Namoros. Namoros was that same song.
No, but there was that.
There was
other
another one,
There was
man.
that
I
other
forgot
one
what it was
towards the end
called.
when he started.
Star of
to-
Bethlehem? No.
No.
There was a different one in the line that he tried to make a Serrinha 2020 edition different, but
I wasn't
it's
there.
not the same. We need
one
the
was that?
old school Serrinha, and that's what it is. That's the name of the song. That's the
Dude,
way
that
the song
Serrinha
goes,
was
and
nice.
that's
Like, don't get me wrong.
it wasn't
I-
nice, dude. It was nasty.
Yeah, but that's the
Oh,
thing.
nasty.
By the
Dude,
time
there's
I
not another
joined,
one like that.
by the
Not
time I
another one
joined,
like
you guys weren't doing it.
Nope.
But we were practicing it.
that. Yep.
So
Because he wanted to
I
put that
literally,
in the middle of the song.
I did it once, at like, and I fell in love with that freaking song.
Yep.
But I never danced it again,
No.
just because we never
So
done
what,
it.
what was your favorite all-time song? Other than
That's
Serrinha?
tough.
How about
So
you, John? I mean, Dave.
There's
John
a lot.
follows.
There's a lot. There's
There-
a lot. One song that I particularly loved watching, and then I ended up having the privileges of doing it. I danced that song with my brother. I danced it with a couple of other guys was Vita the Cuatro.
I wish. I wish.
When I
man.
saw like Manny Rothers and then Joe doing it, when I was a little kid, I was like, man, that's cool because nobody went their ways. Everybody sat in a circle and the four danced and they went at it. It was almost like a fight, but they were dancing. And then when the newer generation, like I said, when Aníbal started it, and then it was me and him doing it, and it was like, man, this is, and we didn't change anything. It was the step by step from when they did it back in the days in the old school.
Nice.
That was one of my absolute, till this day. If I see any video, I don't care who it is, I'm like, damn, that's a good song. I mean,
Shit.
that's one of my favorites. Dancing it or not, that's still one of my favorite songs.
It looks appealing from the outside as it is from the inside.
Absolutely.
Me and Joel tried to press John to make a Vita the Cuatro. It's just he wouldn't. He just did not want to do it.
He tried.
He did have it. He did have it at one point in time, and what happened there was, well, why does he get to do it all the time? Why does he get?
But this is my thing. If he's the Mendador or whatever, the ensayador,
Yep.
whatever he says goes. It doesn't
Exactly.
matter what the fuck.
But it
why is he
doesn't-
dancing? What, dude, I don't give
But
a
It does
doesn't
if
go
there's
that
a
way.
lot of politica in the.
dude. I don't listen.
And
That's
there's
why
a
there's
law.
votes. Nobody ever goes against him when he went for ensayador and
But
all that
it's-
stuff.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. If he was on his own with two other people, that rancho would be spot on constantly.
Oh yeah.
Constantly.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Constantly.
yeah.
But
That's that. Because what he wants to do,
it's completely different.
and they always shut him down.
Yeah.
But again, like obviously I can speak for myself. Like since like now I got a board and stuff like that. Luckily, I've been blessed with the board that I have in the Hanshu because we talk it out. We explain to why and the pros and cons for it.
Right.
So like it's easier. It's a easier flow. And normally most of us are the same age, but like we've seen it in like with the Hanshu, when I was in the Hanshu, like there was a lot of like strong opinions within certain people that really didn't show up. And I'm not gonna say names. And that like took a toll, I think, on the Hanshu overall.
Right.
So like
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got reprimanded for some shit. I'll be honest with you, and nobody knew about it,
yeah.
but I did.
Oh yeah, dude, like
It just happens. But then when you see other people doing it,
They don't get in
and
trouble.
worse, and it's just like, then you call them out on it. Oh,
yeah.
Now, does that taint like the taste of you wanting to dance for like that group? Like if they have shit like that, does it be like, all right, what? Like if there's not,
you know, I came to the point and realized that it is what it is. If I'm going there, I want to dance,
yeah,
and it's because I like dancing. All that other bullshit, whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
Listen, there's sometimes I go to practice and I do nothing but joke around. You've seen it, you've seen it, and I. Dave. But if
Always
you,
talking about. You're always talking in the line.
always talking like,
Always talking in line.
But,
Yeah.
but like if you don't do that,
It's like
Yeah,
boot
it's
camp.
it's boot camp.
It's
You
literally
gotta
like
have a
boot
little
camp.
fun. You
that's
gotta-
another thing. That's where the whole boot camp shirt came into play.
You gotta have a
Yeah.
little fun. If you don't
Well,
have a
the
little
boot
fun,
camp was good.
Dude, let me tell you, when I started, so here's the deal. So I stopped dancing at ranchos. I was done. I met my wife. We had gotten married. And for then it was probably a good 10 years, if not longer, that I didn't dance.
God damn.
I went to my
Oh,
cousin Trish and John's wedding, and I'm sitting there, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. I forgot all that, you know." And all of a sudden, like out of the corner of my eye, here comes my cousin Trish, beelines right for me, and she's like, "I was like, no." She's like, "Come on." And then it just it clicked again, and I'm like, "Oh no!" And then I get John. You know, he's like, "I'll be back in my honeymoon for 2 weeks."
did John give you a Purse Castagnol that day, please?
This is when we practiced, and so I didn't go right away. I probably went like 2-3 weeks later, and I get in there, and I'm like, "Okay." John's like, "Get in," and I'm like, "What am I doing, dude?" And he's like, "Well, this is what we're doing." He's like, I was like, "Yeah." It took 2 steps, and Linda grabbed me. I went one way, she pushed me the other way, and again, it just clicked, and I was spot on ever since then.
That was like me in my first season when I started dancing with you guys. It was the Columbus Day Parade on years ago.
There's a picture of that. So I know it's me, Dave. It's Dave, someone, and then I'm the third row. I'm the third in line.
I know I'm towards the
And
back of Joey.
we're on Wayne Street by the corner store.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure you were.
I was in the back. I know I was near. I think I was in front of Joey because he was behind me telling me how to dance everything. Or
Maybe,
peek
I
at.
think it was Charlie that was in between us.
I was in between you and
No, it was Charlie.
It was
So,
in
yeah.
between you as well.
But that's.
Dude, it's such good times. Like you have more stories because you have like
Dude, I've got a lot of stories.
you have like Terry. Like you're already in the group when Terry. No.
No, you
my
weren't?
brother was. I was not there then. I mean, I knew who he was. I knew, but I was not there when he.
So can you tell me more or less like is on the episode with Linda a lot of things were mentioned about Terry, but not necessarily like the impact that it really did on the group. Do you know more or less? I mean, not you. Obviously, you haven't been it, but you've been around it.
around the group.
Well, around like obviously from your brother, hearing from your brother and probably stuff like that. Now,
Yeah, it whatever impact like he had on it was just he's another Jesse. He had the heart. He had the
will.
to do it, and I think that's what pushed him, and everybody saw that. And probably, I'm gonna be honest with you, to this day, if you don't go to John's father's house in his garage, you will still see circles spray painted on the floor. That John, that's how
Really?
we taught him how to dance. I can almost guarantee you, and he has never washed that away, and he has never taken those circles out. They were spray painted on the floor. They were circles and X's, and that's how we learned. That's how much heart he had. That.
And I feel like
I did not know that.
I feel like when somebody has that much, I feel like people start feeding off of that, and I
Yes.
feel like
I never, like I said, I wasn't in it when he was in it, and I went in after, and then when they started saying can I do Terry, and I'm like, oh, what's this? I was like, oh, and then it started clicking, and every time I hear that song and dance it, you feel like this
Absolutely.
aura, like
Yeah.
holy cow! It's like you almost like dancing on a cloud. It's
it's
hard to
Dude,
explain.
but that's the thing. It's like, sorry to cut you off, but like we used to do that song like close to last.
Yes.
Now we used to do 45 to an hour seed.
And tired as hell.
And tired as hell.
That song
After
came
like
on.
for some reason it would be like the second song after Vida Geral where we're just exhausted.
Yep.
And that name was brought up. When that name was brought up,
Yep.
our energy just skyrocketed.
It skyrocketed.
It was like a boost of energy that would say hey, let's give it at all. And those were like dancers that didn't even know Terry.
Yep.
And like I speak for myself, and I'm sure Charlie and like even Fabio at the time, when we danced it with our all.
Oh yeah.
But that's why I said when I first started, like I said, I knew Terry, but when that song comes on, it's like you're dancing on a cloud. It was so weird when that song came on and you knew it was coming. It was just like, whoa.
You felt his presence.
It had something.
It was
Whatever
something. It was
man.
something.
But and just the energy. Like you said, we could be dead beat tired. We could be sweating 8 gallons of sweat.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, all right, let's go. Let's do this.
if you guys didn't listen to that episode with Linda, we're talking about this guy Terry that used to be in Bridgeport Rancho, and he passed away like many years ago. He was part of the Rancho, and everybody was kind of like, he was like the guy, great dancer, and then he passed away sadly, and then they named one of the songs kind of the Terry, and then you heard it from, if you guys didn't listen to the podcast, if you go listen to it, when Linda's talking about dancing that song, like Dave and Joanne were just talking about that, you could be dead tired, but like as soon as that song starts, everybody starts like, gets that energy, starts like dancing super hard because they know that song had a meaning, and the meaning is just beats like being tired or whatever, your leg hurts, you're cramping, whatever, it overpowers that, and it just you just dance that song. So
even when Linda was speaking on that second episode, which Sodach, if you guys want to look it up, she spoke with a little bit like her voice cracked a little bit because she's one of the
OGs.
originals, so like she went through it.
Oh yeah, of course.
So I know it was like a car accident or something like that.
Something like that,
And
yeah.
like she on the episode, she says like he had 2 left feet. And now he said it. There are circles and X's spray painted on the garage.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that either.
There
And, like,
is.
that-
Because when I had gone to John's mother's house, she had to alter my shirt or something to that extent. And John's like, just meet me at my mom's house. So I went there. I was like, dude, man, you got all these. What are you playing basketball? And he's like, nah, that's how Terry learned to dance.
That's fucking insane,
He
dude.
said
So
that
if
this
you-
is so. Again, this
Yeah.
we were saying with Linda and everything, those stories come in all full circle. So we're getting little bits of pieces, but everything lines up.
See, yeah.
it's
So if you
insane.
guys want to look at that song, if you guys search on YouTube, Recordações de Portugal, Cana Verde Terry, it will show up. You could look up Rancho Geek or Rancho Chop.
That's
That was me. That was me back in the days. And I used to
And that's your
record.
chop is Joey, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bom mandaram uma pizza daqui.
And like I used to record. I remember there was Dito Portugal, Dito Portugal in Danbury, and I still had like a flip phone
Nice.
and everything, and I was recording them because at the time I was already in the Rancho, but I wasn't performing yet because again I had to learn all the songs. So I was recording.
Did you learn all the songs?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. still iffy on like Vida Geral, but like.
I think
Arlada
all
Linha.
wait, the Vida Geal's got to be with the right partner.
Facts. But like,
Because sometimes, tu buscas aqueles que estão and they can't dance for shit.
For shit.
That's all I got to say.
but like,
you know it's
yeah,
true. You know
it was like it was Frank, it was Dave, he was Gil, Joey, Fabio.
you know what? Shane.
So nice. Shane.
I mean, it will never
man.
be.
I joined the group when it was all them still.
That was Jeff was still there.
Jeff was still there. His sister was still there when I
sister was
joined.
still there.
His sister was still there.
Yep. So, and you know what?
Roger.
I guarantee you,
Roger,
guarantee
fucking-
you, if you put a list together of all those people that were in the Rancho within that, I'm gonna go 10-year span.
Yeah.
You put a list together, and you say, guys, we gotta do it one more time.
They will.
I think they would.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Even like Melissa and stuff like
absolutely.
that. Oh.
I'm telling you, I guarantee
The only minota until today that
Yeah.
was in the Rancho.
Yeah,
And the
let me
rest-
tell
the
you,
rest
was just
and-
Mioto.
well, that's Manny Roda's
Yeah.
daughter, and
Yeah.
Manny's an old school. And let me tell you, and I'm telling you, if you put a list together, guaranteed, everybody will show up.
That'd be dope, dude.
That'd be dope.
Sign me up. Sign me up.
I'll
I'm
be
telling
in
you, it would be in a heartbeat,
Dude, I
we
think-
might be rusty, but
Oh,
it'd be in a
yeah.
heartbeat.
A couple,
Yo,
two or three practices.
But
you guys
if
do.
you pull a nice pika, dude, there's no rust in
bring
that.
back
dude.
the old Pika,
Yeah,
There's no
get
rust.
rid of those galos.
I always remember Gil dancing Pika. I don't know why. He just stands.
smooth.
Smooth and tall.
Smooth, yeah.
Smooth.
Dude, it was just so like
Even-
when he was just dancing, I'd be looking. I was like, damn, dude, that's like so clean, so like flawless, and
Right
he's
on
just
his
and it's
feet.
like he's doing it as like it's nothing. Like
Yeah.
it's just so like he's doing those spins perfectly on the beat. He's doing everything. I'm like, fuck,
You also got to give credit to Shane, an Italian guy that
Yep.
he is.
dude,
He
another
danced it
dude,
with
what
his
a
heart.
fucking
Who out-
another
who-
guy,
Shane
man.
was always
One of the reasons why I joined.
I'm telling you,
he
I'm
danced it with
telling
his
you.
heart.
You know what? We might as well put a list together and see what happens.
Hey,
Dude,
Say
I
less,
guarantee
dude.
you.
I'm on it.
Listen, it doesn't have to be full board. We don't even need a uniform. We need black pants and a white shirt.
É assim mesmo. E o chapéu. Ao menos o chapéu.
I gotta put
Alright.
tape on my nipples. So I can still show up and
It's
shit.
all right, dude. We'll pair some before.
Yeah,
you.
there you
Alright.
go.
That was
Well,
the-
I'm telling you, I guarantee if you put that list
Yeah.
and you say, "Hey, listen, we're gonna do one."
Chant,
One time.
I think Linda has this. There's a video. I think we were at the time. This must have been like 2010, 2009, 2010, dude. We had 25 couples.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
it was a lot.
25 couples. Dude.
We can't get 8 now.
We had.
Be lucky enough if we
we
get
must
five.
have had the biggest group in the United States, honestly, and that's saying a lot. We had over 110 members.
Yeah.
It was.
That's
it
the
was,
time when we used to rock
I
out.
always loved when we would pull up, like all of us. We would like pull up to like the Waterbury Church and sit on the fucking rocks, and we'd watch Waterbury fucking dance. And
Yep.
we'd pull
That
up
was
like
yeah.
a fucking
dude.
gang.
That must have been intimidating for them.
Yeah, they felt
you know,
embarrassed.
there was a lot.
I wouldn't say
a lot of-
embarrassed, but there was a
Nah,
lot of
it's
like
it's
rivalry.
intimidating.
There was, because there was at one point in time where that rancho was considered like one of the top ranchos
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
on the whole East Coast.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm gonna go back to a story where one time we went to and we danced and Manny, and this is gonna go back to when Carlos and John had that nice little episode.
Mineola.
Oh,
Mineola,
and
yeah.
Mineola,
Yeah.
and
That was in
it was
Portugal.
Mario with Mario and his brother.
Yeah, yeah,
And Mario we had performed. I mean, we kicked ass on that
Yeah.
stage, and
That stage wasn't the same.
And I got it wasn't the same after we were done.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
It
You
really
guys broke
wasn't.
it.
Yeah.
So and you're watching, and 2 songs in, and I catch Mario out the corner of my eye, and I'm like, oh, here's Mario. And let me tell you, then Linda's like, hey, Mario's over there. I was like, oh yeah, I saw him. As soon as we were done, he went up to John. He said, no matter what, this Renshu will always be the best Renshu around. John, you saw, he was putting stuff away. He's like, hey, did you hear Mario, dude? I'm like, you know what I'm saying, right? So I was like, yeah, dude, like we heard it. So John was like, dude, here is this OG telling us, listen, we still got it. John still had it, and the Renshu still had it, and John had the best time of his life that night.
Yeah.
Whatever happened. Who cares? But that goes to show you where, with one person saying something, sparked somebody.
Yeah.
It did.
You know,
And
It's true.
even like, all right, so Marco's favorite Saida. That was hot, extremely hot, low. The girls had it tight, where to the point that they were about to pass out. You remember this?
Yes.
We were even under the shade
Yep,
and stuff
under
like
shade
that.
for a while. Yep.
The lineup for Lodo that year for Ranchos was up here.
It
Yeah, it was CDA,
It was.
us, and
It
somebody
was
else.
CDA, us, and Norwood.
It was.
Okay.
Yep.
In Norwood, Massachusetts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mind you, it was, I believe it was Norwood, it was CDA,
Then it was us.
and
And
then it was us at the end.
Because we were technically the closest, so we were the house Renshu at that time.
So at the time, mind you, we had 2 hunches in front of us, and now we have to have already set up, lined up, getting ready, basically to go.
We're burning hard in our part of that.
Oh man, that was rough.
That was rough.
But that was
And that was prime. Sorry to cut you off again. That was prime CDA, where CDA was top of the line, great dancers, great lines. Everybody, that was the gossip
Yeah.
in every state. CDA, and we stood equally
To them.
to them. And mind you, that was not already. That was in prime. Recordações Portugal,
that was
but that was a good lineup that we had.
That same,
such a great city.
That same Saida, I never heard the crowd after we finished Pika.
dude. That shit was phenomenal.
I mean, we were dancing Pika and it was quiet. The minute we started spinning and we stopped, goosebumps.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I'm having goosebumps
Dude,
right now.
the
That's
crowd
really
went.
good.
I mean, the crowd went crazy. I mean, I never heard so many cheers.
You
like
know
we
what?
did.
You know what's like. This is gonna sound cliche. You know that moment where everything goes mute,
Yep.
and then when you're done, you hear it all, like
Yep.
the movies type
Yeah,
of
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
That was me after Pika.
Yeah. That it was like, whoa.
Something
what
about
happened?
it.
What
It was
happened?
something about
Dude,
it.
it was.
What happened?
It was.
I mean, now if it goes back together now, if it does get back together now,
It won't be the same.
and if it's not the same, I'm going to retire. Because I'll take them if they want, but I won't.
Yeah.
But if they don't see you going,
I respect
they're
it.
gonna quit too.
No,
tough.
I think they will. I think they
I think they have the heart for it.
They have the
Because
heart.
when they were there, they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like this guy's you're eating pizza and
I
making
mean,
me
the
jealous.
last
but
time
like-
I saw him dance, he was
All
like
right.
3 inches
Dude,
tall.
come here.
Come here, Jay. Say hi.
Come here.
Come here.
Say hi.
He's coming up. Oh, hold on. He got to get pretty up. All right.
Okay. So
This is the youngest
Jaden.
of the sons, Jaden.
yeah, the 12-year-old that looks like 20.
Facts. Fucking.
There you go. You good? Yeah. All right. So you're 12 years old. You've been in the Hanshu since your mama's belly, actually.
He was.
And like, dude, even before we started the podcast, I saw the fridge and I was like, I've seen this all. I've seen like the glow up.
Yep.
What if your father retired? Would you actually consider still being a Hanshu, or what do we say here?
Yeah, once in a while. Obviously, can't drive myself. I would go. I wouldn't mind once in a while. But if he were to retire, I mean, it won't be the same because like it was fun with pops.
Damn.
And,
Gonna make him cry.
He's saying you can't even retire.
Damn. You can't
See,
retire,
and
man.
that's what like
Makes you go.
when I'm dancing with them. It's like it's
my kid.
That's my kid.
It's my kid, man.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But that right there is a proud moment right there when he says it's not the same without his pops.
I'm about to start crying for you.
That's a
dude.
proud moment, dude. That's such a
Dude,
proud
But
moment.
it just can't.
Bring on Nate over here.
Like you guys didn't. You guys saw it. You guys get
Yeah.
it. But as a father,
Yeah.
Oh, it's completely different,
it's
dude.
totally different.
Honestly, I think that's one of the reasons John is still there. And like John, I love you, dude. You know I have so
You're the
much
man.
respect for you.
Absolutely.
You're the man.
And one of the big reasons I think is still Eva and Maya.
Yeah.
Like with I personally, this is just my opinion. Don't put words in my mouth. Like, I'm not putting words in John's mouth, but like I really do think so. And that's with a lot of people too. Still, like again, you just heard your kid. He won't be the same.
It won't.
But at the same time, he does have the heart for it.
Yes,
Both
he
of them
does.
do.
Yeah.
Yep. But like that's what it's got to be. Then. So if it's the younger guys stepping up, the
Gotta
older
step.
guys got to show them, hey, this is the ropes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's times where you have to be serious, where Venshu has to be that way. But there's other times, like when we goof off, it's one of the
Best time
even
ever.
even,
Funny.
even at practice,
Yeah.
it's like one of the best funniest. It's like, you know, when John messes up playing, he's like, let's play. He's like, oh, I just got tricked, you guys. And then you know what I'm saying?
He used to pull that shit all the
Right? But it's like, and that's when it's fun. Now when it's just like,
Or we start dancing a song.
let's go, like this, and then it's like, you know, that goes on for like 3 or 4 practices, and then you get a goofball like me, you know, like a month later, you're like, enough's enough, and I start being a jerk about it, and people laugh, and it's like, really, dude, really, dude. It's like, but you can't be like that.
J'adore j'étais moi jouise.
Yeah. You know, but it's like you can't be like that. You have to. Han, I'm here. How many kids you have? See, she got 3 kids. See, and I'm the worst one.
You are the worst one.
See, but it is like there's time to be
And he
serious.
gets the culiar pao sometimes.
Hey,
Bring it back to the old school.
Behind the scenes, behind the scenes.
don't be fresh. I'll talk to you later, little girl. But like, there's a time to be serious, and there's a time to just. I think that when we goof off and joke around, it's when it's better, and when we perform better. You know how many times we've done it? Like you said, our bellies hit, but like, it's like you look at me, I look at you, we give it a little wink or whatever, and then we just goof off, and then
that's how it's supposed to be.
It is what it is. There's a lot of inside stuff like we do joking around. Like I'm gonna say, like my partner, like Michelle, like sometimes we just goof around and
When you guys used to exit
And we
and everything.
Do that little spinny.
the little spinny
That
thing.
was spinning. Cha-cha.
That was the last spur. Of
That
the
was
moment,
random as hell, and you guys pull it off.
Pulled it off, and
Kept on going.
I'm gonna tell you something. John got shit for it.
Oh,
That's so stupid.
He got shit for it. But
I
guess
already
what?
know.
But guess what? Yeah. But it stayed.
Shit.
It stayed.
Yeah.
It stayed. Because that was our thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it stayed.
Well,
But-
even if you said to stop it, I feel like you guys would still do it.
But you've got to make
I like how you said he.
like honestly like when we would exit and like when we ended up being the at the end, that was like almost like saying the Renshu left, but hey, you know what? We're still, we're just waving by. It happens,
Yeah.
and everybody liked that.
Yeah,
Some
absolutely.
people got jealous. Some people didn't like it. Some people just, why are they doing it like that?
Well,
Well,
you
you
don't
know,
gotta tell me twice about
You
doing
gotta
like
do
that.
the step right.
but it's time to go like and have fun. Yeah.
Mark is about to get pissed off.
Why? You know what though? Because if I could do half the shit that he does,
Nah, dude, I don't do shit, dude.
no. But I'm talking about like it looks good.
Yeah.
But it has to be done
In the right way.
in the right way or a certain
right
time
moment,
or
the
when
right moment.
right.
The right
And,
moment.
and I'm not taking that from him because he does, because you know what? I've watched him do it, and he's in his zone.
Mm-hmm.
And he is doing what he needs to do, and he gets it done. And I like the way it looks. There's a lot of steps out there that look really good when they're done.
Right.
But like sometimes when Marco does his
Whatever.
whatever it is,
Swing.
I like that. I personally do like that, and not just because he's sitting here. It's because I actually do like that.
Yeah.
Other people beg to differ.
No, but
A lot of people.
no, but I actually like that because you're in that
See,
moment. You're in that thing.
I'm 50-50 on it. Sometimes I feel like he overdoes it,
Sometimes.
but this is the thing. If you're going to do it for the whole song. If you're going to do it for like 10 seconds and then stop and look really tired, then that's where it looks a little bad.
Exactly. But
But if you're going to pull it off for a good amount, yo,
do the whole thing. Do the whole thing.
Go for
like
it.
there's plenty of songs like
up.
Thank you, pal.
I forgot what song it is.
Usually I would. Caralho, dude, foda-se.
Já não passou do chão.
Já partiste a merda.
I like that.
your mama about to kick you ass.
She about to bring the cinto da colher.
No, the only time that I
Mama
did.
said knock you out.
This should have been outside a long time ago.
Oh, shit.
Now Dave's gonna get shit for
Oh
it.
shit!
Look at that.
Is that right?
Once again, I'll talk to you later. Little.
I
You want to forget about tonight?
Why he doesn't?
I could use it right now.
Wow.
We'll turn off the cameras.
That's it. That's when they buy that.
No.
Keep it on.
I need proof, man. Abuse.
Starts having a nice beaver in the
Oh
background.
god.
Abuse.
No, the only songs that I would do that on was "Star of Bethlehem,",
Bethlehem.
and then some. There was another. I don't know if it was real.
Solto.
Really,
Solto.
sometimes.
It was literally the Vitas that were in a line,
Right, Solto.
or something like
Solto.
that. That's the only time I did it. I would do it in the beginning. We would do our whatever, and then we'd come back, and then towards the end, I would do it again just to finish off, and that's it. And then John says like, "Yeah, you could do it," blah blah blah, whatever. And then I heard, then it's like other people was like, "Why is he doing it like that?
Right.
Why can't he just conform to the uniformity of
Right,
like
right.
everything?" I was like, "Dude,
But it doesn't work that way.
my guy, if you don't know how to dance, just say it. Just say you don't know how to dance. Tell me you don't know how to dance. I don't give a shit. If that's how I like dancing, it's how I like dancing. If you got a problem with that, tough shit.
Yeah.
If I get the okay from the inside of the hood, bro, I'm all clear.
Right.
When Marco goes all crazy right now.
I'm all clear, cause
So he said when he started Honshu, and it was obviously because of John and stuff like that. Well,
He was
the
playing
wedding.
first, weren't you? Oh,
Yeah, I played first.
No, I know.
I
him.
played
I know
first.
your story. You just said it because of the whole wedding. That's when you came back. Charlie, why did you join
Main reason,
Honshu?
well, this happened like about
Girls.
yes, that had a part of it at that time.
Girls.
Wow, he's just
what
went
a
with
motley
Kiss,
crew
dude.
that
He
was,
just
huh?
went with Kiss.
That's Motley Crue.
Is it?
I did
Shit,
like
fucked
there was
up.
one time I was at the 4th of July party at the club. I saw Joey, and I did not know Joey from anywhere.
Dude, we got to call Joey.
So I went up to Joe. I was like, "Hey, what's up? My name's Charlie. Random introduce." And we just started talking. He's like, "Yo, why don't you go try it out?" And I was talking to my mom about it. My mom was like, "Listen, back in 1980s, Central. I don't know if you probably remember. Central had a rancho." And my mom was like, she told me, she goes, "Listen, if you were ever to join a rancho, you would complete. That would make me very proud. And especially the first time seeing me dance, that was a proud moment. And especially the last time also. And so, for her, I will always continue dancing rancho in her memory. But
now if you have kids, would you force them into the rancho?
not force them, but if they want to join the rancho, listen, go for it. I'll support them 150%.
Okay.
Whatever they want to do. But the main reason mostly was because of my mom. Because my mom loved to see me dance. Because there's at times in the rancho, I would say, "Fuck that rancho. I don't, I'm tired of this shit." Because in the beginning, I couldn't get a half step or a half moon complete. I couldn't. So
You still can't. You
I
fall.
still can't. I know. No, I roll. I roll.
Roly poly.
That's what we called them.
Okay, that's what you call me then.
That's what I call them. Roly.
So that's the main reason. It was basically because of my mom. I joined, and more, I started getting the songs, and I loved it. And it was, I was excited to go to practice. I was excited to go to Swedish, and I come to a point where I'm just like, all right, I feel like this was a job. At one point, I felt
Because you had to carry everybody else.
exactly, and when I got to that point, I would just go just to go. There was no pride. I wasn't happy at all.
I honestly think that this time around, when it does go back,
I hope
that
There needs to be a change.
there needs to be
Well,
a change. I think it's
Sorry, I
going to
can't
be
really
different.
I can't comment on that anymore.
No, but you can because you know what? No matter if
Yes and no.
it's this rancho, that rancho, the other rancho, it has to be.
there has to be a time where
Different.
all the ranchers get together and have like a big.
So this is my
Wow,
thing,
or a
and
real.
obviously you guys know this. That's the rancho I started in.
Yeah.
And to me, no matter what had happened, and nothing really happened bad to where I quit on bad terms.
Right.
It was just that point in my life where I needed a change, but that rancho to me will still have my full support. Dude, I remember, and I don't know if he was crying because of allergies or something.
vida do caralho, dude.
Last anniversary that I went to,
Oh,
it was Anthony Moraes, and it was just Marco said that when I went up to the stage and I sang, and John was playing concertina, and I said a quadra to John, he started tearing a little bit.
Who did?
John.
John?
And in my head, I'm like, "Nah, dude, you're nuts."
You're nuts.
But like he was like, yeah, he teared a little bit. I was like,
I don't remember
you're
that.
stupid.
Yeah.
Where was I?
You were too
I,
busy
I
cleaning
was
the tables.
I was already on like the 10th freaking bottle of because
Yeah,
I'm gonna see
me
it.
and fucking John were
Really?
fucking
was
up
that
'cause I
the
was
time
gonna
when
see
me
it,
and you
dude.
sang Laurinha?
That was the time you asked me to drive, and I was completely blasted.
God, what a bad mistake I did. huh?
That's
I didn't drive.
That's the
Yeah.
thing where you,
But, like,
you hit a nerve. Not a nerve,
hit-
but you hit that button where like
that
damn.
was the year after I had quit. So it was a year after because the anniversary I danced, and I obviously had I've already had announced. I danced the anniversary. I danced one more seguida, and then in November I quit officially. The following year I went to the anniversary, and I promised and to this day I will always support the group no matter what. So when I went the following year, that's when I guess I hit a nerve. But like,
I've said hit a nerve, but I mean you.
yeah, like
you hit
I
that
touched
spark.
him.
The
But,
heart,
like,
you hit him,
dude,
like,
because
he realized.
in the quadra, I literally said I'm appreciative to where I am because you've led me to it. Basically, that's
right.
what I said to it, and I won't take back to what I said because it's true. Like Shane, your brother, all these like the OGs that I grew up watching and like dancing with, like that touched me, and I'm a little emotional right now because of the fact that he did, like,
Now-
and I miss that shit.
If I ask you a question, would you come back home?
We've had this talk too. No,
No.
I would do one time thing with the OGs. That I would
One time.
one time.
Hey, bring out the list.
And I told John
That I
out the
would.
list.
what João said about the whole thing, like the whole whatever. Like the day I left, I told John, I was like, dude, I just want to thank you for everything that you did, from bringing me to practice, teaching me how to play, teaching me how to dance, all these songs. Like,
Right.
I'm always gonna support the group regardless. I'll go to any anniversary you guys have, wherever it is, because like that was like it wasn't my first rancho, but it was my first rancho that I felt like I was very like passionate about. I felt like I was included in everything there. I just felt like good. I felt at home type of thing.
Yeah,
And I
felt
told
like
him,
a
I was
family.
like, dude, I can't thank you enough for what you guys did for me. Like he did basically, he taught me everything about rancho that I know.
When we went to Florida, I remember John asking me. He goes, "Yo, do you mind staying? Do you mind helping me out?" And obviously, I was still in high school. It was already summer, so, dude, literally, because remember, we used to have like a bunch of like a PA stuff,
Yeah,
and
we'd
like
always help,
we
yeah.
converted into like 3, I think
Yeah.
it was,
Small ones, yep.
and like that was the first step to Florida. It was like to make it smaller.
Yeah.
So like me, John, and I think Fabio, like me and Fabio stayed overnight, like one or two nights, and like we were messing up with like the PA, like fixing stuff up, and obviously John did most of it because I was just like
He
way
likes- he
here
likes the
and there
company.
and stuff like that.
Dude,
Yeah.
me and Joey did that. We stayed one time to like,
Yeah.
dude,
Wasn't it one time that
I
the
gotta use the
PA messed
bathroom.
up and you had to go there?
Yeah, the PA got messed up.
Yeah,
We were performing in Danbury, and somebody put the flag on the tent.
Yeah.
The tent had a metal cage, and it was raining or something happened, and it fried the system. And the following Sunday, that same Sunday, so we danced Saturday night. Sunday, we had to dance at the Bridgeport Church.
Yes.
The sun was rising, and I was driving home from
Shit.
John's house because we had to help him fix it.
Yeah, but
But-
it's stuff like that, dude. It's like,
That's how it should be. But
man,
so you mean to tell me that
I would do it one
just once?
one say that because me and you, like, we've talked about it, like we've been to there's I remember numbers of times that you'd be like, yo, let's join the committee with the board, let's join the board. But what did I tell you? My opinion wouldn't be unheard because at the time I was still young. I was in high school.
Right.
So because of who was in the board at the time, I felt like my opinion was pointless. And then obviously I grew into, I can't say like an OG because I wasn't, but like I could say that I was in a level of respect where I wanted the best for the Hanshu, and people saw that every time I danced, every time I showed up and stuff like that. Like you see me get angry where it got to the point that it was frustrating to me.
Right.
Like, and it wasn't out of like, damn, I hate being here. It was out of, I want this to work.
Right. Exactly.
You
No,
know?
exactly.
So that's where, like, again, but I couldn't be in the board because of the fact that I didn't think I belonged. And that's what it was. And, like, even Joey said it a couple podcasts ago. He goes,
Could we call Joey?
Go ahead.
Yeah, you want to call Joey now?
Let Marco get here first.
Yeah, let Marco get here. But like, that's where it is. It's like, freak, dude. If you were to tell me, and if John agreed to it, let's one festa, dude. I'll say it right now. One festa, and if you guys want to do this, you guys can put it in writing. One festa, bring the OGs back. All the profit goes to the rancho. Count me there to help you.
Okay. That's fine. But now we got to get all the OGs together.
Give me 2 Wednesdays to practice, and I'm there.
All right. All right.
I'll bring dress shoes, everything, white shirt.
Yes.
We'll see what happens. But like you said, we got to get the OGs back together.
Again, I don't. It's gonna be what?
2 years.
No, it's gonna be 28.
What's that?
28th anniversary.
don't even
It
know.
stopped at the 26th.
Yeah.
It stopped at the
Okay,
26th,
so
it's 28. Yeah.
28. If because
the 28th or the 30th.
I say the 30th, we rock that out.
If you do the 30th, I'll be.
But that's a big if.
At the time, I'll be 31.
That's a.
Damn, you old.
I'll be close to 40.
You're
What are you
gonna be
talking
older
about?
than me then?
Damn.
Yes, I'm sorry. I got that one grade right over here.
Oh, the Quintus Grace thing. And I don't have any up there.
Because faz o shade, of course.
But like, count me in for that.
All right.
What I missed? Sorry, dude. I had a piece so bad, dude.
He's saying it's gonna come back one time.
He's saying that.
Yeah.
Because you were saying
you go.
about the whole OGs thing. Thanks for considering me OG. I'm fucking with you. No, but
I'm
like,
not
Take it back,
saying-
take it back now, take it back, take it back.
You can't take it back because you can put some of the OGs with some of the
No one's.
The
newer
youngsters.
ones, and
The youngsters.
it'll
El Mesh.
mesh and it'll work.
I told him, I'll give me 2 Wednesdays to practice, and I'll dance that Saturday. All the profit that the OGs, but one condition: the OGs
have to come back.
The OGs.
Hashtag at John Fonts.
How about you, Marco? Would you come back just for one time?
Or would you come back
Just
and,
to play
and dance?
And dance or play, either or.
I don't know.
Because of
Are we talking about this one time, or are we talking about
One time.
No.
Okay. Okay.
John,
Okay. Faz.
John, João já disse one time, but if he gets that one time and he gets bit a little bit,
Yeah, he'll come back for the full time.
maybe.
You said that last time.
Hey, I said that last time, but look, a lot of things got in the way of everything.
That is true.
You got a little white stuff on your face. Yeah, fucking moisturizer.
But would you come back?
For one,
If things were different, if things went on the up and up and things were the way they should be, without any of the bullshit?
probably. I probably would. It would have to. My whole thing was. The reason why I left, it was like we would go to practice, we'd practice, and then no see this.
Right.
Nothing, dude. Why am I gonna spend? Because at that time I was still in college. Why am I gonna spend time going there to practice for like hour and a half, whatever, to not go anywhere? Like that time could have been like, I don't know, fucking studying, even though I never studied a day in my life, but like doing homework or something. I'm like, to me, after that started happening, I started losing like that fire. Like, dude, why am I even coming here?
See, that's where I'm saying, like, a lot of people lost their spark.
Especially when you go to practice and you do the same
Yes,
songs
and they
every
to
week,
accommodate the
every
young
week.
kids
Yes.
that their parents want to see
Yeah.
dancing.
Exactly. That's where I lost my fire, when we started doing the same songs every week. And
But
I'm just like, all right, it's enough.
If shit changes, like I would have to see first. Like, I'm not gonna join right off the rip. Be
See,
like,
I think that whole thing where you're saying is that we had no CEs is because we would get an invite
And people will say no.
and we didn't invite back.
we've talked about
Yes.
and we've talked about it on the
you got to
podcast.
give
Yes.
and you have to take. Listen, there's a lot of ranchos that have their house. You know, what ranchos with this club, the ranchos with that
Yeah.
club. We don't have that. But we can't say, go to the club and say, hey, listen, you know, this is what we want to do. Can you help us out? Well, you don't have to give it to us for free, but can you give us a help out with the price on renting the hall?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
but
can do that.
there's a lot of hunches with nonprofit organizations as well.
But that's what I'm saying. In order to receive,
You gotta
have to
give.
You gotta give.
And
Absolutely.
if that doesn't happen, that's like, hey, we're going to Minola this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what, guys? And we're going to have a festa. Make one up. Listen, the rancho always danced at the church and at the club. Well, you know what? Don't just tell them. Listen, the festa is this day, and we will put it in the advertisement, and why don't you guys come down?
Yeah, but like,
Don't
true,
happen.
yeah.
dude,
Don't
even
happen.
even if the Hanshu, all right. So this is my thing. Even if the Hanshu doesn't invite, initiate the club to pull them in.
Yep.
You know, like it's great. That's one of the reasons I think we stopped being invited. And Joey said it. I forgot it
It was
was
a couple episodes. Yeah.
a couple episodes. I think it was President Ramos. He
Yeah.
was like,
Oh,
Yeah.
good thing I didn't follow him. Boy. Those are big shoes to fill.
it was one thing that like it was one thing that Joey said. It was like we had a lot of call ups to Seidas because they were owned.
Right.
Like they had a lot of owned Seidas where back in the days they were invited or whatever the case was,
Right.
and they still had to call us
Yeah.
up, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like, shit, we went from I would say we'd had an average of 6 Seidas, bus Seidas a year,
Yep.
to two,
Two
So
and then to 1,
to one.
and then to none.
To none.
None.
Yep.
You know,
And I feel that that's the thing. Like, you know, every time we went, you know, we were presented here's a plaque.
yeah,
You know, unfortunately, we
Or a
don't have a
flashlight.
place where we can
store them.
and be
And-
seen, and everybody
yeah.
can see. Like, oh, yeah, I remember that seed, or yeah, I remember that. It sucks, but and again, in order to receive, you have to give.
Yeah.
You guys gotta say, hey, make up a festa. It doesn't matter. I remember dancing in the Renshu, and over here in Wallingford, there was a big park. There was Renshus from everywhere that came,
Yeah,
and they danced. Why can't that be done now?
I'm sure you can.
Why can't it
Just
like, listen?
You know what it is? We've come. All right. So, by the way, we're all here talking. We're not bash talking any hunters. We're not.
We're not. We're
We're
on
not
the same page.
We're
Everybody
all on the
likes what
same
they're doing.
page. We're all very like committed into Hanshu and our culture and stuff like that. So I just want to get that clarified that we're not bashing any Hanshu.
And also, some are run different than others.
right.
No.
Some have
Completely.
more leanway, others
Absolutely.
are more.
Yeah.
My thing is now we're in an era where there's a lot of everything, and I think that's very self-explanatory the way I said it. The thing is now with social media and stuff like that, why not use social media to expand your horizons when it comes to the culture?
Yep.
So, like, I'm saying Hanshu-wise. All right. So, guy tonight today,
it was because of the media.
it was Casa do Minhos. They had a guy tonight. I only found out about this through Los Americano Henrique Mano. I only he literally was like, "Oh, are you going?" And I was like, "I only found out right now." Why not use social media instead of hitting girls up on DM, which that's okay, or like go on Facebook Market, or like stupid little shit that people do on day-to-day basis? Why not share something of use?
Right.
You know, like, yeah, news are shared and stuff like that, but like, all right, shit. Did you hear about Festa in did you hear about Ludlow recently, or when
I did.
it was posted?
I did.
Why? Because everybody shared.
Everybody shared. And
Everybody wants to go because they haven't been to it.
Everybody wants.
Did
to
you
go.
hear about Waterbury Festa?
No, I haven't.
No, I
did
haven't.
not.
Why? Because he was not announced. He was
Right.
only announced at the town.
Exactly.
I only knew when you called me to go, and I'm
Exactly.
like, oh god.
Exactly.
So, but
That's
back in the
problem.
day, you knew when the festas were.
But you knew the month and day,
Right.
without
You
even-
knew when it was at
Yeah.
the water.
You know why?
You knew
Because
when it was.
we used to have Seidas.
Yes, you're right. You're right. And then we
Simple.
had nothing.
And we used to
Yeah.
always get invited to them.
Yep.
Always get invited to
That
them.
was like clockwork.
Yeah.
We would probably get
You know?
invited. You
Dude, we
guys
got
would-
invited everywhere.
you
It's
guys
just
would
we
get
never
in-
went.
I think like to. I don't want to call them little. I think local Seidas, you guys would be invited, without a doubt.
But everybody would go.
That's
Yeah.
São João or
Sampaio.
Sampaio or
At-
Sant Antonio,
Yeah, all that.
Or
whatever.
the club or the
Like,
church. Yeah.
Those, yeah, you get invited, but like,
The out-of-state ones, they stopped.
or maybe like
They stopped because they were like, wait a minute, they keep coming here, but we don't,
don't
go
get there.
Yeah, you know,
Hey, dude.
it's just
Like I said, man, shit's got to change. But if,
But, like-
to do that one time thing, I think
Tell me-
I think I'd play,
You would
and I'd watch, and I'd want to watch Funs dance at least one song.
I still remember John
At the
dancing at
20th,
the
you never
20th.
saw at the
I saw
20th
him
ever?
dancing. I saw him. I think I played that.
He didn't speak, all right?
It was-
Yeah,
it
I think
was-
that's the only song that he
That
wrote.
was
That's
Dave. It was Frank.
My
It
brother,
was your
Victor.
Victor,
Lisa.
Lisa, and
Linda,
Michelle,
Michelle.
and, Sandra, and Jeff.
No, he wasn't there.
Jeff
I think Jeff was already
No,
still dancing.
I don't think so.
It wasn't Jeff. He wasn't original.
No,
Shane? No, that was a Shane.
No, it
either.
wasn't
No.
No, Shane wasn't original either.
I don't know, but
All right,
I think
regardless.
if that does happen, I'll play just because I want to see him dance that one song.
You want to see him the whole dance, the whole in?
No, not the whole CD. Just like that one peak.
John,
I want the whole CD.
I want the whole to see that. You either give it all, you give it nothing.
I mean, I'll play. He knows, like I know all the songs.
Mark
so-
was like, "Yo, let me just be in the back."
But Mark
Like
was-
even to dance with John, like say Dave, like dancing
I
with
just-
John by his side. It's actually
I just
you
want.
feel-
I just wanted the green Fascia.
yeah.
You know,
I just wanted that fucking green Fascia, bro.
You just want to bring back John with the long hair, with the green fascia, just do
That-
it.
that
John
was-
can't grow long hair
That
anymore.
was the day. That- but
I know
that-
he got a big bald
But
spot.
that was the day, and like a lot. Like, was it a big deal to have vests? No,
No,
no.
But
that green
some,
fascia was nice though.
Dude, I
some
want.
people made. So why couldn't we?
Dude, I was asking for it so many times for
So-
that fucking green Fascia.
Me and Marco
So,
kept going back and forth with that shit.
But you know what though? So why couldn't we have two? Why couldn't we have a red and a green? So, okay, you know what? The girls all.
There's a reason why.
That would have been nice if the lead person had a green and the back person had a green, and then you had the red right in between.
So
But-
there is a reason behind that though.
behind what?
So this is the thing.
well, isn't the
And-
girl colors like the different like
all right?
areas
So
or whatever?
every
Errors or how
Something
much
like-
money they
Every region,
had.
every
Cada-
region,
that
every
thing.
region
Cada-
in Portugal. That's what.
cada traje tem a sua origem em Portugal.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
se tu representas o Minho, normalmente é o traje vermelho, azul e verde.
Yeah.
The guys normally do have a vest and a red fascia. I can't say it otherwise.
Oh, there it is.
Now- Now you have, but if you did start changing it up like green fascia, shit, like people would get credit. Dude, I remember last year.
No, because if you go back,
You guys had green Fascias.
they were green. Not even then, but even old school rangers when they were dancing in the dirt,
Right.
they were black.
So this is my thing.
I just wanted the
All
green.
right. So it's a. What about the girls' sockers or the girls' socks? Not even elastic. The elastic was all worn out. Why couldn't they get new socks?
I don't know. I don't know. I
Like,
don't know.
what did it cost? 10 euros?
Castagnolas breaking. Takes forever to get new Castagnolas.
All right, this is my thing, and
I don't even know where mine are.
I know.
Castagnolas should be
Mine are in my car.
owned. This personal opinion. Castagnolas should be owned because once you leave, honestly, you want something to
That's a
remember
memory.
by.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the way I see it.
If I leave, I'm taking mine.
Oh, as you should.
I'll play John.
As you should.
I'm keeping mine. I'm gonna hang them right in my room.
Yours are in your room.
Dude,
I'm gonna hang them right
I know,
in
mine
my
are-
room.
mine
I
are-
know mine
I have my
Three of
Cas-
us are-
He's ringing about. I think I have.
I have my Castagnolas tattooed on my calf.
There's still. I know exactly where he's going to. Same closet in the dining room. Right there. No, but either way.
Oh, shit, my bad.
Same closet.
I know. Mine are in a cabinet with the somewhere.
No,
but-
mine are in.
They're
Well,
like-
I,
I know
I-
they're there though. But
well, I gave my originals back, and then I bought
Kept-
my own.
yeah.
Well,
I
yeah,
have
same.
my own. But
I have my own and I have the Ranger still.
I still got two
I
pairs.
still have the Ranger ones, but I,
I got
bought
two
my
pairs,
own
one
too.
in the car, one in the house.
Oh yeah, dude, I got two pairs too. I got
Just-
both pairs of my
That's when
fucking.
I go to Portugal next week. That's
Just-
gonna be one of mine.
It's just I like I'm away for him, but like I said, like Castagnolas should be owned by the guys
Oh yeah.
automatically,
Even like the suckers should
and
be owned
then
by the girls.
sockers
Should be owned by the girls.
and socks, meias,
Yeah.
should be owned by the girls because first of all, sanitary reasons, and nobody wants your chulé back.
And the Lincers too, then. If you want to
Qual
look at it.
lenças?
The Lincers, the girls wear it.
Na cabeça.
Yeah.
Foda-se bocado de detalhe or... You don't wash clothes, but the freaking machine does.
Yes and no, but
Com caralho. What, you fucking kidding me?
You kidding me?
Não, o chulé é diferente do que o suor, eh?
it's the same.
Nobody wants your stinky ass feet on the next person, dude.
All right.
Yeah, dude.
This guy.
Yeah. I'm just saying, dude. I mean, that's sanitary.
Wow.
Like, dude, I've given boxers to Marco, but like they were brand and spanking new. Like, I don't want my ball sack touching his ball sack afterwards.
That's weird.
Exactly. Nobody's sword fighting here.
Only me and Brian charge fight.
Dude, but like I was telling them, should be owned socks and soccas for the girls and
I think the girls' socks are owned. I think that the girls' socks are owned.
Sanitary reasons.
Yeah.
Sockers are not.
Socks are not. But you know
Soccas
what?
should be.
They should be. But I like I said, I think that if things do go back, and hopefully they will, and it has to go in a different direction. It really does. For it to be to par,
I hope so.
To where it was,
I root for you guys.
To where it wants to go, because I know that John has heart. I know that he, but he gets frustrated when he has ideas and he gets shut down. Again, we're not bashing anybody. We're just talking, and I think that it has to go different. It has to, or else it's not going to go anywhere. Because, like Marco just said, it's probably a little too late.
Yeah,
maybe not.
I just feel like I don't want to be an asshole, but it's like I feel like the guys that have left over these years, they're not going to be coming back, dude.
Yeah.
With Joel leaving, Joey leaving, Fabio leaving, Jeff leaving, me leaving. Not to boast myself on a fucking podium or whatever, but and then if you retire, you go. Who's
the only one there?
Fika.
Yeah,
please, Charlie. You've been saying you've been quitting for the past 10 years.
So it's like
So you're gonna stay there for sure.
The kids, like your kids, they dance good, but it's like not everybody dances like them. You can't. You can't.
It's in their blood.
You can't two guys just can't elevate the whole group into
two guys.
If you have 2, 4, if you get, it doesn't matter. I said 2, 4, but if you get 8,
you need 8 strong,
couples.
8 strong couples. Girls, no question. Guys, I think we gotta go to the iglesia and do some recruiting after the
go to CCD. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Dude, you know what? That's a great idea. Go to freaking, let's just say, one Wednesday. Instead of going to practice, go to church. Have a little thing with the church saying, hey, let's have them a little fun. And let's go dance in the hall downstairs. Have them dance, learn the steps. Maybe they'll like it, maybe they won't. And they'll go next week.
I think in order for that to happen, the rancho has to be
part of the church.
I
think.
No. It has to be out there performing so they can see it.
Yeah. That's what's missing. They have to see it. They have to be like, oh, I want that looks cool. I want to try it. Let me go try.
But the thing too is that this generation now.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Eso te lo mueves.
Oh, I got a Snapchat. But I don't have Snapchat.
I'm usually always on my bike, so I'm always outside.
Yeah. He's a biker.
He's a biker. He's got more followers than you, huh?
He absolutely does.
Yeah, almost hit 1.
It's kids.
It's good.
But
Snapchat.
I think that, I'm going to be honest with you guys here that if we go back, I'm gonna be like, listen, if it doesn't change, then I'm out. As much as it hurts,
you're standing up for what you believe in.
I'm out.
That's what it is. It's not that it hurts.
And then to go anywhere else, no. If I'm done, I am done. I'm done.
You want to come to us, Nick?
No, dude. There's a lot of toll booths going that way.
There's no tolls, actually.
No tolls?
No, not even on the way back.
Why do you think I went to New York and Jersey?
No easy pass?
No easy pass.
No easy
but you
pass,
can crash at
baby.
your brother's house now.
He lives in Jersey, caralho.
I don't want to pay tolls.
Lives in Jersey?
Yeah, Fabi lives in Jersey.
You don't got an easy pass?
I got an easy
he's
pass.
got
Eu não
it.
quero pagar estes todas as semanas. Estás maluca?
That's twice.
I don't even like going to Jersey like that, dude. You're nuts.
Really?
Passar a ponta é $16, cadê?
Well, if you go on GW,
All of these people are dating Jersey girls. Not today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's the thing, though. Here's you got 2 different styles of doing things.
Well, there you got full on Marias where they actually speak Portuguese and they like what you like.
There's more people in the culture down there than there is here.
And like that brings a lot to it.
Because here the culture it was like this and then it went this way.
Yes.
A lot of it has to do with, and I'm going to be blunt, I'm going to say it, the church started pulling the youth away. The club started pulling youth away. And then the club got young people in the committee. They got younger presidents. And what was it? It was Mike.
It was Mike.
The first younger one.
First younger one was Farzão.
Oh, right. That
Was that?
started to bring. That's right.
Then it was Mike.
Right. That started
Manny.
to bring.
Then Manny.
That started to do with the younger stuff. That tried to. And those velhotes that lived around
they
there.
should.
But the velhotes are the ones that are not letting us do it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the ones that live down the street that can still walk to the club. They're the ones like, this is my club, and there's always been talks that the club is going to be moved to someplace
that's
else.
never gonna happen.
That's not going to happen.
Never.
But
Até os velhos morrerem, não?
Not even when the
nunca.
velhos morrerem. It's never
no,
gonna. It's
I
never
really
gonna change.
wish that wouldn't happen. That the culture went. Listen, I used to take them to CCD to Bridgeport,
Yeah.
from here to Bridgeport,
Every
every
day.
Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Every Sunday. Damn. Came to the point where it's like, I have a
Yeah.
church over here.
Yeah.
You know.
And they'll teach you the same thing
They teach
in
you the
English.
Same thing.
In English.
And it doesn't. And,
Because when you guys used to go to CCD, everything was in English, right?
English.
Everything was in English.
So what's the point?
And over there's some things too, but that's what I'm saying. So, and why did, but like, but you know what I'm doing? Like, I'm hearing a lot of good things about the
new priest.
The new priest.
The new priest is doing a good
He's
job,
doing
yes.
it. He wants it. He
Dude,
so
all
this
right.
might be the opportunity. But like, hey, listen,
Yeah.
Now's the time.
go and recruit some people.
Dude, I don't know if you noticed. Have you gone to the Portuguese church?
I have.
lately?
I have.
You've seen what they've done with the fucking quintal
Absolutely.
and like
Even the front doors. Forget the quintal. Just the front doors by themselves.
Forget the
Dude,
fucking quintal.
Forget the quintal.
Dude, I remember.
That church is illuminated at night now.
Yeah.
It was.
Yes,
it
it
was. It was in the dark.
That's
the whole
because
entire
Father
time.
Zed didn't want to pay.
They didn't want to pay.
Mind you, this dude was tax free
Yeah. Well.
because priests don't pay tax.
But he did a lot, and he's doing a lot. Again, this
Oh.
whole pandemic put a damper on a lot of things. 'Cause if it kept going the way it was going,
Mm-hmm.
the Rancho had did a fundraiser there, the bingo, the purse
Bingo night, yeah.
and he was like,
Anda.
just
Because
come.
you're in. Dude, all right. A igreja é suposto aceitar a juventude,
Yep.
tanto como os idosos, de de braços abertos.
braços abertos.
If you're saying that you're gonna get people from the age of 20 to 45
Yep.
into the church on a regular bingo night or a regular purse, whatever the painting,
Yep.
you're automatically those like 40 people will expand their horizons.
Yes.
They'll tell they're 2+, so now that's 80,
Yep.
120. Like that expands out,
Yeah,
dude.
it does.
You
It
know,
does.
like it's word to mouth comes along. Like
does.
shit,
It does.
it comes a long
It does.
way, dude.
Just like back in the day when I grew up, because I live right next to the club. Every Friday, Saturday, the club was packed. You could not move at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. You
Nope.
could not. There'll be a line of playing to play metriquillos, to play pool, swagger, anything you want to call it.
Now you make a freaking noise. Everybody.
Yeah, so I was a little kid running around in the club, like 6 or 7 years old, and would I love to see that again? Yes, of course. But like you said, it's the young crowd that doesn't.
You know, he made it fucking funny.
What is funny? I missed
No,
it.
because I did. Carlos, caralho. Like the
Oh,
velhotes
you
every
can't-
time,
yeah,
dude.
But
yeah.
it's true though.
Dude,
Like,
The club, you can't do
velhotes-
anything. Yeah.
Dude, literally these old folks, they show up at 9.
In the morning.
In
And,
the
for no
morning.
reason.
and doors open at like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yep.
They literally they don't give $1 to the club
You just sit there.
because
They
they
just sit
sit
there
there
and waste
playing
electricity.
canastra or lerp or whatever
They
the
don't
case
even
the
do nothing
doctor
because
is.
sometimes I go there for.
Listen, I'm
coffee.
just giving examples.
I know.
Shh,
I know,
God.
I know. But sometimes,
But like, it's like you're wasting electricity. You're wasting freaking labor.
AC and
Or,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
like bartender isn't there for free.
Nope.
AC doesn't come for free.
No, it doesn't.
Heating doesn't come for free. Electricity doesn't come for free. It's maintenance. The club needs maintenance. I don't. I think last time the club did as maintenance was put a new door for my job, and that was practically free.
Right.
You know, like that's it's shit like
A lot
that,
of
dude.
things.
Like,
dude, like with Charlie, like don't forget where you're going. But like Charlie's saying, like the club used to be packed. Omanel's used to close down the street.
yeah,
And they used to have a festas at Omanel's.
Saturday was Josh Ferretti used to go there and Mark Dennis.
Yep, and they used to close the streets down,
dude, but that's what I'm saying.
and that doesn't happen anymore.
Dude.
You know, everybody looks forward to one, Ludlow.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's it.
You know,
Dude, I remember Charlie. You said it a bunch of times. That party at the island.
Oh, Pleasure Beach.
Pleasure Beach.
Pleasure Beach.
Yeah, Pleasure Beach.
I remember Charlie talking about it every single time.
Yep.
Like
Yeah, dude.
when
It
I
was
was
one of the
young.
best. It was one of the best festivals.
Yeah,
Yep,
like
Pleasure Beach.
how people from Jersey and Long Island and stuff like that would come
It used to
here.
be the first at Tres Montañas.
Like,
Yep.
Why not do a Festa Transmontana?
They tried.
Because like
And the thing that what happened there is the bridge burned down,
And that
and
just threw everybody out.
the city said nope, we don't have the money, and they didn't even want to go to
They tried the club one year, but it didn't succeed.
the state and say, hey, federal funding to
Yeah.
try to repair that bridge, and they're like, no, if you live in Stratford, you have a boat, you can get it to that way. Really?
Now it's a wild.
No, it's a wild life.
It's a wild.
Yeah, now it's done. No, it's
State, baby.
Yeah, but yeah,
Marco, get the money.
those were the days when
yeah.
fences were
But that's
fences,
what I'm saying.
You know,
You just mentioned what was it, Wallingford?
Wallingford.
All right, you have Wallingford. You have
Yeah, that place in Bethany that we did at that one. It
Yes.
wasn't that big festa, but
you
it was
also
something.
well, it was
was Arrowhead,
It was a Hanshu.
something.
It was like a Hanshu play thing. It was like
Yeah.
picnic. It was a Hanshu picnic.
Yeah.
We played soccer with Norwood Hanshu.
yeah.
Like, but you have like Westport Park, like
Sherwood Park.
Sherwood
Sherwood
Park.
Island, yeah.
Like, you could get people going.
Yep.
But the thing is, people don't want to commit.
But with all that, like being the public beach, you have to pull permits. You have to. There's a
Right.
lot of stuff.
If there's
that needs to be
alcohol, you
done.
need to
There's a
like.
lot.
That's the thing.
You
Like,
can't just say, I'm gonna throw a fast at.
all right, but this is the thing. I'm gonna use Bridgeport for a second. Mayor Ganem.
He's a
Very
big
close,
Portuguese
very
supporter.
close to the Portuguese supporter community, very close to the Cape Verdean community. Why not talk to him? Be like, hey, we want Seaside. Let's have that stage to have Hanshus come in and enjoy it.
Well,
Like, actually see Seaside full.
yeah,
Dude, I know when Mike was president, he tried really hard. Like, he really tried really hard. He did a whole like Portugal Day in Seaside.
right.
He did the Ferris wheel, Tudo. Like
Yeah.
he was trying to pull like a Lolo type of vibe,
Minus
Yep.
the dance one.
but there was no dance floor.
We had a dance
You had a stage, you had a band,
Yep.
but no stage.
No stage.
People will not dance on grass.
On grass. Yep.
That was the only issue. And
Plywood
then
and 2x4s.
people wouldn't come.
Yep.
2x4s back then was cheap.
Yeah. Plywood and 2x4s. Now, forget about
Forget
it.
it,
it.
dude.
Expense.
Oh, I know.
That
Trust
boy.
me. I know.
Man, fuck.
So
Well, I think that's all I got. If you guys got anything else to
Yeah,
talk
I mean,
about.
I in my I'm sorry I can't give you guys any dates or timelines, but it's just
No, no
all,
worries.
like-
I
I will tell you this though, being the OG, like you guys want to call me, I started playing Castañales, but I was only using one.
like in
Really?
when he started.
Yes,
Wow.
I was only using the one to play, and the clack clack never came in until years later.
Oh, I did not know
So
that.
don't tell anybody.
Okay, and nobody listen.
Okay.
All right, I do have one final question. And that's for the both of you. So, looking back on how things were back then in like the Portuguese community, how do you see it as today? And like, is there anything that you change or influence to for it to have a future?
No pandemic.
Let's start with Charlie.
Well, my main thing also would
Talking
be,
to Mike.
My main thing would be also the Portuguese school because you like me when I have kids, I would love for my kids to speak Portuguese and write one day. And now I see, I'm not saying about Jaded or Nathan's age, but younger kids, they know no lick of Portuguese or nothing. And
So, what would you make it a change? Like, what would you influence?
like put it out there like Portuguese because like if you go look at the Portuguese school now at the club, there's barely any Portuguese people. Barely any Portuguese people. And then also like at the club, like we were just talking about before, like antigamente eles faziam torneios assim
Talk to the mic.
antigamente faziam assim torneios de de sueca, matraquilhos and everything, like do something for the young kids, even if it's like a FIFA night or whatever, just for the kids to come back.
Agreed.
There's plenty of room.
And there's plenty of room there at the club, even if it's an arcade night or like kids nowadays like to play that cornhole game. Go there,
Absolutely. Do a cornhole tournament.
cornhole tournament, or mania, whatever. The little kids just want to have fun, and as when they see
Invite the kids in, yeah.
invite them in, and it's like me as a Portuguese socio for about 16 years. There's like 2 or 3 other kids my age that go there, and it's sad.
FIFA tournament would be dope.
And I've said it so many times.
Smack a
FIFA,
couple
On
of
that,
kids.
dude, on that fucking projector screen.
there's
Still
no projector
was.
at the club, but
There isn't?
no.
We'll make it happen.
It's only a 75-inch TV. Chega bem. Chega bem.
Lá em cima?
Oh, lá em cima?
that
Yeah,
was a
okay,
protective
I
finish.
forgot. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I'm
like,
sorry, I
pretty
apologize.
sure-
But like, you know, even like
Saucy doesn't even know there's a projector.
Dude, you know how long I haven't gone upstairs? So it's like, you know, start doing little kid things for the kids, because how do you want your, like, antigamente, they had soccer teams. They had a U20, U18, U16, U14.
Yep.
And they used to, you know, go out support. Like me as a member, like when my dad was on the U50, U40, I'd go out there and support him. Even, you know, my dad could hardly run, coitado do homem. But, you know,
Fucking head is too big for his body. That's why.
you know, he would run. He would run like not even a minute. He'll fall down on the floor. He's like, "Oh, I'm tired. But you know, it is what it is." And it's like, you know, as a little kid.
Don't forget, we're going. I'm sorry. You said your father, like his father, would get tired, and I was telling my kids, I was like, "You see, we were watching the Euro Cup, and I was like, you see, soccer is 60% game, 40% acting."
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
definitely.
So sorry, go.
No, it's like, you know,
play.
like me, as I would love to bring my little, you know, if I have kids one day and be like, listen, this is where your father basically fue criado, and this is what I used to do, and I would like for you to do it. Like, antigamente, quando eu ia para o clube, I look forward to, they had the video games, the soccer video games.
Yep.
I spend there all day just wasting quarters ali. And then me, you know, Manny, and a couple of my friends, we used to go to the club, and we used to play a soccer around the club with the bottle cap, with the water bottle cap. And those were the good times. And do I see the club doing that anytime soon or in the future? I don't think so.
That talking to the mic. I think that the club never evolved with the times.
No.
I think the club stayed back, and
old school.
Everything evolved, and the club just fell back.
E cada vez que queres fazer alguma coisa nova, algum sócio daqueles velhos, sempre põe uma paragem.
And
you know,
I'll answer that question now that you're asked.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're done. But that's what should happen. Like, the old school needs to give into the new school, and together build the community, build the culture, and keep the culture alive that way.
Rebuilt it. Yeah. Well,
because
let's not let it die. That's the thing.
Well, you can't. You can't.
Once you do, it's going to be really hard to
exactly, because
get back.
like when I was in Portuguese school, you had over 160 kids.
Oh yeah.
And now
I went to Portuguese school too. I got kicked out.
Well, I finished my 6 years, but now you have barely what 40. You have,
so I'm gonna. No, sorry. Go ahead.
You have barely have what 40 kids for the whole 6 grades, and it's sad.
Well, so I didn't want to go to Portuguese school. I really didn't. And my father was
teimoso.
So it was my father, Rodrigues, and some other guy. They were like, you know, the principal, vice principal, and like the secretary of the Portuguese school.
You had no choice.
And the teacher lady, she's like, "Que falas português quando bem?" And I was like, "Okay, whatever." And like I started talking English, and she's like, "I'm gonna call Rodrigues." Like, go call him. Just like not even Portuguese. Go call him. So then, and if whenever you see Rodrigues, you ask him this. He comes downstairs. He goes, "David, Uto pai." I forgot how he said it. Like,
I can just picture him saying it. That's the sad part.
He's like, David, Uto pai. I think he said in the comissão, the school or whatever. Está se portar assim tão mal, David. He's like, vou chamar Uto pai. I turned to him. I said, "You want a dime?" Call him
in English.
In English. And if you guys see him, you ask him, "Hey, David Ramos, queria te dar dime para chamar o pai dele?" To this day, every time I see him, I can see him in Home Depot. I don't think queres dime. He starts laughing because he knows. I didn't care. I didn't want to be there.
Sabes falar português e sabes escrever, so.
Yeah, I know you. Yeah, tal pai, tal filho. Attaboy.
Okay, já que este assunto, are we gonna call Joey?
Yeah, let's call Joey.
Yeah, call Joey.
Who got space time?
Space time, okay.
Space time.
Everybody has FaceTime. Oh, except you and Android guy.
I don't. I'm an Android guy.
I'm gonna have to like get close to the mic. So.
Mickey.
Hold on. Hopefully he answers.
He better answer.
He's in Wildwood, so I don't know if he
já está com a borracheira. Quem?
Where the hell is he?
In Wildwood. He's not here.
He's probably.
Dude, can you imagine if he was here, dude? Ai, Jesus.
Ai, era só. Really talking for hours.
Okay, I see him.
We'll be talking for
hours.
Oh
yeah, baby. Let's see if he answers.
It's gonna.
I doubt it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yo, my man fucked up. You got sunburn and everything.
That day I'm not there, the day the careca comes on.
Why he's not?
Hey, até não sabias o apontamento que tinhas.
I can't hear you.
He said não sabias o apontamento que ele tinha.
Não sabia. Ele não sabia com o apontamento que eu tinha que lá fim de semana não estou lá.
That's all right.
Eu estou na praia, meu senhor. Estou na praia.
Já estás lindo, já.
That's not a beach. That's a pool, bro.
He's at Wowoo.
I like how is he talking into the mic like I can fucking hear him.
You want my headphones?
Então,
Hey, he called you because he said he messaged you.
Eu tenho saudades. Eu tenho saudades.
Oh, ask Joey.
Here you go.
Hey, I'm gonna ask you the same question that these guys were asked.
What?
Would you come back one time?
Come back.
For one performance?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Damn, it's done.
Told you.
It's done. We're gonna do it. All right. Oh.
35th anniversary. 35th anniversary, you do it in stages. So like the first 10 years, you have one group.
Right.
The first 10 years in the group, you do one group.
Right.
The second 10 years of the group, you do a different group.
I holler that.
You do what the group is now.
I hear you. Oh.
It's a whole fucking timeline.
Oh.
That's a lot of
Não,
work.
não tens barbeiro pra aí também? Foda-se. Não há barbeiro pra aí? I don't want to see your nipples, bro.
Está tudo
está bem
mudado.
vermelho.
You all
olha bem.
tan.
Está
All
mudado.
right, yo, I missed you though. I missed you.
You come all good?
Yeah, you're good. I missed you though.
Uh-huh.
I missed you.
We're still recording. He's like, kicking my good.
That's the verdad.
No, I did. I missed you.
Uh-huh.
So
I wasn't there. You fucking... God.
no, you wouldn't.
You want to close it
You
out?
wouldn't have got to me. All right.
Dude, I already got my questions lined up for John, bro.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's moving this shit?
It's you, dude.
Uh-huh.
All right. No, not for real
Está
though.
mudado.
I missed you, kid.
I'll see you soon.
All right, man. Be good.
2 fingers.
2 fingers per cement.
That was Joey Santos talking to one of our guests.
Damn.
All right.
I missed that little dude.
He's still a little, don't worry.
We're gonna. The disrespect. All right, so we're gonna close this out.
Ja.
Fuck, that's we almost been here for 2 hours.
Okay, wat dat doen we? Logo wat dat doen is.
Voltas na
Voltas
cama.
na cama.
Dave, Charlie, thank you for being on for our
problem.
guests. Thank you for the stories and all that, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate you letting us come in your house,
Yeah.
doing this whole setup. Do you have anything, Joe?
Yeah. Also, guys, just make sure you follow our continue to follow our latest podcasts on all medias and everything, Facebook, YouTube, etc. Also, we're not going to be on next week. It's actually my brother's wedding.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we won't go to season 3 yet.
LOL.
But just stay tuned with us, bear with us, follow on our pages. We're all in all platforms, like I said.
User. Oh, we gotta take another shot
And
before we end this.
You want to take another shot? Yeah, that would be awesome.
We should have been taking shots throughout the whole damn thing.
Então é que nunca mais saímos daqui.
Yeah, but again, dude, thanks so much, guys, for being with us, and hopefully I'll see you guys at Lutla.
You ain't see me.
Come on.
Nah.
E tu vais ir. A Juliana vai ter.
Don't you worry about it.
But
there's
It'd actually be Juliana's first time.
Yeah, no,
All right,
not like that,
so
dude.
before we do end this, I just gotta say thank you guys for having me on, for even considering me.
No.
Please, it's our pleasure.
Actually, it was a really good time because I had a good laugh and we got some good stories, and there was some stuff that actually hit a little deep and hit home, and it feels good.
I thought you were gonna start crying when fucking
No,
kids
but-
like
but-
pops, man.
But that
shit,
was like,
shit pops. Cuz. Don't start crying on me now.
you
Come
guys,
on.
nah, I'm not gonna cry, but you don't understand as a father.
Yeah.
that's a proud moment. And you guys, hopefully, will see your kids and keep the culture alive.
Hopefully
and keep
your
it
kids
going.
will see my kids grow up. And
I
you
hope
and
so,
stuff
man.
like
From
that,
your
too.
mouth to God's ears, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And there's also
You're
one thing
sticking
that
around.
I'm very proud of you guys of what you're doing, because this is a step up to bringing the Portuguese community
Absolutely.
together and giving out ideas, and people listening to them, and they're like, oh shit, they're right.
But I want a shirt.
Me too. Tasca
Tomato.
Lusa shirt.
I'll let you know when we get one.
All right.
All right, guys. Cheers.
Yeah, baby.
Boa noite.
See you guys in 2 weeks.